Can you see us? Fight Night Companion? Nothing? Maybe click on the podcast one. Luke? Is it working now? Oh, shit. We did it. Man, I can't tell you how much of a fucking waking nightmare this has been, eh? Like, if you guys could see right now just the absolute chaos, there's just cables everywhere, there's fucking everything's overheating, I'm overheating. How you doing?
Pretty fucking hot right now, to be honest.
It's pretty extreme in this gym. What we're doing right now, everybody, in case you've never known or you didn't know, we got it? Well, we're trying to figure out how to do a live stream.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
This is other way. That way, yeah. This is Luke Fraser. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I can hear. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. This is Luke Fraser. He is our MTL Rookie of the Year. How'd you feel getting that award tonight?
Bro, I was so lost down there. Cody's looking in the eye like right before he announces, and it still doesn't click in my head. Like, oh, he's gonna say my name.
It's pretty cool, man. But that's because you had a fucking excellent start to the year, huh?
Yeah, pretty hectic. Got the little marks too to show it as well.
Yeah, man. How'd you feel in there?
Oh, yeah, fucking that last fight especially, or even the Harry and like just the whole, just like next level experience just compared to like last year in the amateurs and everything.
Yeah, man. Well, it was about time. I think, like, how many fights had you had up to that point, amateur fights?
Like 21? Yeah, 22.
22.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So at this point, like, you've got that much experience inside the ring, but when you transition to pro, it does take it up a whole nother notch. I mean, obviously pads come off. You got elbows as a new option. But what's interesting about this, and I think this is just, now we can't hear me. Can you hear me? What I find really interesting about this is that, like, when early days you go into your first elbow fight, you're thinking like, fuck, I'm just going to elbow the shit out of these people. And then it never happens.
Yeah,
like for your first, like, you just can't land it. It doesn't work. You're not in the right range. It's just not right.
Oh, we did that with one of our girls at the gym. It's like the first elbow fight. We're training the whole elbows. Like she fights, throws like one elbow.
Yeah.
We're like, where the fuck were all the elbows?
Yeah, like we've been practicing this. You're allowed to do it. Just fucking go.
It's a whole different experience, like with the elbows involved and everything.
Man.
So I realized it just from like the B class amateurs just doing the fucking A class.
Yeah, it full kicks up.
Yeah.
But what I thought was great about it is that when you went, it was your first ever pro fight, and you were just like, nope, we're landing elbows. And actually, I'm not going to just land them. I'm going to have a fucking war with them.
Yeah, I like those little spinners at the end, eh?
It was so funny. That's the fight we're talking about there is that fight versus Harry McIntyre on the MTL 11 was your debut.
Yeah.
And then after that, you come back again and fought. That fight is on YouTube right now, you guys, if you want to see Luke fight.
Yeah, if you want to see a fucking war, go watch that fight right now.
Yeah. Not right now. Watch
right
this
now.
now.
Yeah, watch this one right now.
And then watch that later.
Watch it right after.
So what we're doing here is we've got Fight Night going on down there. You can see this up on the screen. This is Alicia Burgess is fighting. She's from my gym, from Double Dose. And then, but what we were kind of wanting to do is just talk some shit about Muay Thai, not necessarily commentate on this fight. But Alicia's just banging these shots in there. You're watching that. They're down here underneath us right now. But it's nice to see it. Like, this is one of my favorite things about watching girls fight, especially early. And I was like this when I fought. Is like, I think it's out of fear. You're like afraid and it's unusual for you, so you're just like, oh, fuck it. And you just go in as hard as you can.
Oh, the fucking girls are throwing down tonight. That second fight before.
Man, yeah. It was sick, wasn't it? Charlotte Tischer out of Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun. And what's Maverick's gym again?
Yeah, that's Top Gun. And then
Top
they were fighting a girl from Simpiax.
Yeah, Simbi.
Yeah. Man, this is the thing about, like, our amateur scene these days.
Oh, the amateurs are fucking, like, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you go to pro or amateur show at the moment now. They're throwing down and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's not like amateur boxing where you got, like, the little golden gloves. It's like, they're like, if you go to an amateur Muay Thai show, you're going to see some blood probably either way.
And I feel like they almost go hard, like in Muay Thai especially, because before you learn what nice Muay Thai is, you're just in there like
you just throw whatever, throw whatever works. No, not a little delicate, trying to score points and everything.
Yeah, it's like technique comes later. It's like the opposite of most normal sports. Like early, you're supposed to learn technique and then work your way up to aggression. But like in Muay Thai, I feel like everyone goes backwards.
Yeah.
Like you start with that and you're just like fucking go.
Yeah, you just go fucking hectic at first, and then you calm down a little bit when you want to learn a little bit more.
Yeah. So when after you fought. And you've had these 2 fucking insane good fights. You won the Rookie of the Year because of that, because of how strong your fights were and how wild they were.
Yeah.
What are you doing over Christmas?
To be honest, just training. I'll be also probably announcing I'm going up a weight class, going up to 72 to 75. That's what I'll fight out. I'm a big boy now.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty much it. Just wanna. Been training harder, get my power involved, because I'm a volume fighter. Everyone knows that. They know I like to come forward. I just want to get that power too. So, everyone watch out next year.
So were you, in developing power, are you thinking that just moving up in this weight class is going to be the thing that you need?
Yeah, well, that last weight, I don't know if anyone noticed, the whole mullet getting shaved off at the end there. Yeah, a little bit of a hard weight cut for that one. So I was just thinking, fuck it, let's go up a weight class. And I've been fighting 68 to 70 since I was like 15, that's like 3 years, like 15 to 18. So I'm obviously bigger than I was when I was 15 years old. So go up a weight class and just
Well, and it's a really smart thing to do. We were talking to Charlie about this because Charlie came on the podcast last week, and he's doing the same thing. He's not fighting at anything below 79.
Yeah.
Like he's just like he's not doing it because it's not healthy. He knows it's not good for him, and I think we have an unhealthy obsession with like getting down to the smallest.
Yeah,
weight.
Everyone's just trying to get it as light as they can, but in the end, it's like some people might think it's an advantage. I don't really think it is.
No.
It's like. Yeah, you might have a little size advantage, but you fight so shit, it's not really worth it.
Yeah, your brain's not working, your body doesn't respond. It's
like I still fight decent when I cut the weight, but I always come out of the fight thinking, fuck, I spar way better than that. I know I could do more. So yeah.
Is that why you cut your mullet off?
Yeah, that's why.
Was it?
I mean, I knew I looked decent with a buzz cut, but yeah, I did it last because I was like, oh, point one's not going down and I can't pee anymore out. Let's go. Gonna go shave my head real quick.
Oh, I miss the mullet. I loved it. I thought it was sick.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot. Yeah, everyone's been like, get the mullet back, get the mullet back.
I feel like it just makes you. Like it's just that like Queensland aggression. Like I just feel like it's like such a grimy look.
It's just good to have like a nice little Ranger mullet too.
Yeah, because it's red too. Like because when you cut it all off and you come out, it was like, oh, he doesn't even look as red.
Oh,
like he's hardly one of the red, like our MTL red fucking maniacs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, when I shave it all, pretty much I don't even look like a Ranger anymore. It's just real, just basic.
No, it's got to come back. But you got to get
I'll probably grow it back next year while it's summer and hot as fuck. I'll probably just keep it short for now. But yeah.
It is fucking. It's out of control.
It is, it's great for if you're cutting weight right now, but
Well, that's good, man. I think that's super smart. I think that's a really good idea for you. And like the problem with you starting as a junior is you do kind of have an attachment to what your weight class is.
Oh well, yeah. To be honest, I've been like tracking my calories since I was like an 8-year-old. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I've been fighting 68 since I was like 15 in the amateurs, and like I'm way bigger than I was when I was 15, and taller, more bulky, and then like I'm denser. And I think even
you're 18 now.
Yeah, just turned 18 in August.
Yeah, because your body's still going to be changing up for another 3 or 4 more years probably, where you're just going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hopefully getting bigger, and you can start fighting those big dogs at 79.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Go after Charlie. Go after his belt.
Ooh, I'm a bit scared of him right now. I might avoid Charlie for now, but
I know, he is strong and he is looking powerful and scary. Man, do you know what? Just all of the red nuts out there. Did you watch Josh King?
Yeah, that fucking 8-man was hectic.
Man, if you guys haven't seen this, I don't know if Rebellion have put it up. I don't know if they're going on a 7+ or if they're going to put it up on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I was out in the clubs just watching it. I was live streaming, just even on the dance floor, just watching that 8-man. I didn't give a fuck where I was. I was just watching the 8-man.
That's the life of a fighter. You were actually out partying at a club watching Josh King.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I we're at the live stream and it was fucking hectic.
Man, he just hits with so much power.
Oh, fucking yeah, you could see it too, and it's like the other one, like all the like first off, like great lineup, like all the best, like what was it, like super lightweights, like
do we call them super lightweights in our division?
Super lightweight, but fucking like you could
63 and a half.
You could tell when they got hit by him, like all of them, it's like they've never been hit that hard before in that division. It was just fucking.
Man, well, I was saying this. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast before, but I've been saying this to everybody, like, cause I knew Josh when he was like a junior, like
I used
little.
I used to watch him when I was a junior too.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And this was the first time when he fought on, what was it, MTL 10 or 11 when he fought Leka.
I think was it 11 and 12?
Was it 11?
No, 11. Yeah.
11.
11. Yeah.
Same as you. Same
that
as
was against Chavon?
Yeah, Leka.
Yeah.
He was Leka from All Styles Gym.
Yeah, Leka.
And that was the first time I'd sat ringside, watched him as an adult, as a pro, fight like that.
Yeah.
Man, like I was like, fuck, this kid hits hard.
Yeah, he's fucking.
Like, and Leka's a strong fighter and very experienced, very well-rounded. He just, like, he had his way with Nathan Jones Jr. before, and Nathan had a beautiful fight. He's a strong fighter, and Leka was just perfect. And then Josh got in there, and like it just didn't matter what Leka tried to do. Josh just stood there like a rock.
He just couldn't handle the power. It was
just hit him so hard in the face. And then this, like, I feel like when I was watching him this weekend, it was that plus more. Like, I'd seen it ringside now, so I know what it feels like a bit. And then to watch it on the stream, and just every single shot was hard.
I feel like he's always sort of have it though, because I just remember watching it in amateurs, and it was just the same thing, just fucking hectic fights, always hard power.
He always comes in hard.
Just always an exciting fight. Just another Rain that likes to stand and bang, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of him like that. And maybe it was because he was so young when I knew him that I was always worried about him, because he'd always come in, he'd always take heaps of damage, he'd always just be like fucking like, and so then I didn't understand the power, and then now it's like, man, you are fucking next level.
I think it's just like as he ages, get the more density, get the more power, both of it. It's the
same
thing, the volume, and then.
And he's like right inside his body. Like he just seems like he just sits inside his body.
Yeah,
like he's there. And we talk about this with Albert too a lot too, because like Albert moves like an animal.
Oh fuck! Like I was watching MTL 11 pad work. I was in the back watching that, just thinking, holy shit! It's like
you're a freak, eh?
Yeah, watching that pad work is amazing. Yeah, just in sync too with his pad order as well.
What's it like for you being like, because you're new to the pro scene, obviously it's your rookie year. What's it like for you to be out the back? Like knowing that you're fighting on shows with people like him or like Spaney?
To be honest, I don't really let it get to my head. It's like I always kind of think I belong to be here. I fucking I train hard to get here. I'm a part of this now. Yeah. It's like I'm here. Like I'm gonna show these people what I'm made of, what I've been training. You know, I'm like one of them now. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely great. Like when you get to see that, like these people that you've been watching, like when you're a little kid, like all these as an amateur, and you're like now fighting with them. It's a surreal experience, to be honest.
Well, and I mean, legit, you do belong in there now. Like, there's no question. You proved it twice. We've talked about this a bunch before, and we've talked to you about it a lot. But when we interviewed you before for your debut, we were like, we walked out of that interview going, something different about Luke Fraser. Like, we were both, Nikki and I said, like, we just fucking hope that you fight as well as you are as a human. Do you know what I mean? Like, the person that you are, like how mature you are, how grounded you are, how clear you are, how like focused you are on what you're trying to do for such a young age.
Yeah.
We were like, man, this kid's got so much potential if he can just fight.
Yeah.
We just crossed our fingers and we're like, fuck, we just hope he can fight.
Well, I hope I impressed you guys.
You did. You fucking blew us away. It was amazing. It was sick. And that was exactly what we were after. I mean, in this sport, like right now especially, we are in the business of entertainment. Our job is to try and figure out how to get as many people in the world to watch Muay Thai as possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's definitely getting up there. So many more people I know know more. I remember being like a little kid knowing what the fuck Muay Thai was when I told them. Like everyone knows what it is now.
Yeah, you say Muay Thai now, and people just instantly they don't sit there and wonder for a second.
Yeah, they actually know what it is, and they even watch all the local competitions, everything. They know all the local fighters. They all got a mate there. They know just Muay Thai or something. But yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's now it's like 1 degree of separation rather than 6 before.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, and I think we're on the way up, and our task this whole next year is just trying to boost this exposure and just keep it going. And I guess that's kind of the point of what we're trying to do with this thing.
Yeah.
So people can get to see who you are, the human being, and then go and watch his fights on YouTube and realize he's a fucking beast. He's a scary man. So you, besides watching YouTube clips at the club, watching Rebellion while you're out at the club partying, what do you get up to in your life?
This and that. To be honest, just a lot of eating and drinking at the moment. But I stopped. I'm 1 week sober at the moment, so
yes.
let's go, proud. But pretty much, yeah.
You're all of 18 years, like you've been drinking for all of 6 months. Well.
But to be honest, just back in the gym. I always training. I got my main trainer Jojo back pretty much because he wasn't there for the last one just because he had to go to America for that little trip. But it's good. I got him back. He's got some plans for next year. What we want to do, who we want to fight. So yeah.
Sick. Yeah, you've got nothing but good things coming to you. I think over this next year, as long as you can kind of keep your head screwed on and stay focused. The challenge we have, what everybody has with being 18 years old, is that especially if you get success early, young, and then it's like, oh, I'm fucking big dog.
Yeah, I'm the man.
Oh, I'm just gonna go and fuck up now. And you see it happen to like footy players and shit a lot. Like I feel like a lot of those AFL dudes like end up with way more money and girls than they know what to do with, and then they fuck up. You know what I mean? They get themselves in trouble. And I think, I don't know, we talked about this. We talked about this when we talked to you the very first time we talked to you. Like, what do you think it is about your Muay Thai training or you that makes you different, that makes you not want to go that way?
I don't know. This has just always been, this has just always been home, to be honest. There's no other feeling I get when I'm in that ring. It's like I always do, I do party, I do have fun every once in a while, but there's I've always been, I notice I'm always a person that chases that little dopamine burst, the little dopamine rushes, and it it doesn't matter if it's drinking or if it's just like at relationships or whatever, nothing will ever top that feeling I get when I step over that ropes there.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. Well, and the nice part about it is I feel like maybe the reason why it doesn't get topped by anything else is that you have to work your ass off to get there.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And nothing that comes easy feels that good. And you have to fucking grind.
No, there's no other feeling I felt like in my whole life than just not even just winning, just being in there. That whole experience, that tunnel vision you get, just a whole different. It's I don't even know what other experience you could do to compare it. Maybe a near-death thing or something. It's just it's surreal. It's the only way to explain it. You can't really explain it to someone else that hasn't ever fought before.
Yeah, I don't know. The way I always described it is kind of feels like to me like zooming in on a lens or something. It's like everything, the world exists and you've got all of these inputs. And then as it gets closer and closer to fight time, it just gets narrower and narrower and narrower. And then the busier your head is, it just gets quieter and quieter and quieter. And then all of a sudden you sink into an animal.
Yeah, and the difference is other athletes with team sports compared to this, it's just you're alone in there. It's only you and that other person. It's that's all you're in your head. It's everything is on you as too. Some people either cave in under that pressure, but I love that shit. It's just you. Everything you do is gonna make the outcome of this tonight.
Yeah, so it feels like it's in your control a bit.
Yeah,
that's a nice attitude to have because it's either I can crush myself under all this responsibility and fuck it, or
but I literally love it. It's fucking.
Yeah, man. Well, and I think that is a good thing to keep you grounded in that now and remembering that, because it's not about the successes of the thing. Because I do think that's where people fuck up. When people get used to I want the success, I want the visibility.
Yeah, they want all the
fame,
money, they want all the girls, they want all the fame. It's just like I said, it's just you can still enjoy all that, but
the feeling is the thing.
Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm chasing that feeling, and if I have to keep training hard and get rid of all those other vices and everything to get that again, I'll keep chasing that every time.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, it was really nice chatting to you. I think we've got an intermission going on now from these fights. So we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back. I think we're going to be talking to Albert Tua after this.
Ooh.
And you are going to go and watch some more Muay Thai, huh?
Yes. Yeah, leaving my mate alone down there. Shout out Phil for driving me here. I have my license, so he told me to say that. So
why don't you have your license?
Because I procrastinate too much and do too much Muay Thai. I need to get my hours up. Yeah.
Oh no, there's a hole in your game.
I know that's the one hole in my game. I can't drive, so like, no.
Well, you just get a limo driver. That's
True.
it. You just gotta get good enough that you can.
No, just get yourself a Phil to drive you everywhere.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out Phil. Thank you. All right, we'll talk to you guys again in a little bit. All right, guys. I'm here. My name is Rachel. I train at Double Dose Muay Thai, and I'm here with...
my name is Dre, and I'm from Team Sorta Muay Thai on the Sunshine Coast.
From the sunny coast. Dre, are you enjoying these fights today?
Yeah, all amateur fights there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you remember those days when you were amateur?
Yep.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Same. We got some good ones, some good fights happening.
Yeah.
Anyone that stand out tonight for you?
Oh, we've got one of our boys coming up soon, Dane. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, we've got Zach. We just had Leash that fought. Fortunately, she lost, but it's still a really good fight, especially now. It's happening now. Plenty more coming up, so that's going to be really fun. Just keep going. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're fighters. What else are we going to talk about? At a fight show.
Yeah. Fight show, sweating balls.
Bit of a mission for you to get here, is it? From the sunny coast?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Done an hour and a half, yeah.
Better than going into Gold Coast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Man, I miss those days. Every time I smell that Muay Thai, Thai oil, just gets me going like I'm pumped for the fight.
Yeah,
but
same. I haven't fought since June.
Yeah.
I'm missing it a lot.
It's like a full FOMO. I swear Benji and Nikki are setting this up for me to really struggle, sit there and watch, but
Yep.
but sometimes I don't miss the weight cuts, or like the weigh-in days, but man, I'm just enjoying food at the moment, hey?
Yeah, but that's all I'm missing at the moment. I actually miss weight cutting.
You miss weight cutting?
A lot.
So you can appreciate the food after?
Yeah, I hate the food at the moment. I'm just eating.
Christmas time, it's coming up.
Yeah, Christmas, birthday, not looking forward to it.
Oh, birthday, when's your birthday?
Christmas.
Damn, you're expensive, baby.
Yep.
You're a little expensive one. Poor Brody and
Oh, they get me
Elise.
nothing.
Probably deserve it anyway.
Yeah, I don't deserve anything.
Oh, man. Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying the fights as well that
Are
have
they
come
watching
down
them
here.
live now?
It's not live, is it? It is.
it is.
Oh, snap. Well, damn, what am I? Great. You say something now.
I don't know what to say.
You paired the wrong people here, Lorna.
Have you got any fights coming up next year?
No, I don't. No, next year. Haven't announced any yet. Haven't heard from any, so I just got to wait for the boss's call and I'll be over the ropes. Enjoying getting hit and throwing some things. Probably missing everything, but... After I had a pro debut on my last fight, so that was really fun.
Yeah.
Totally different experience.
Yeah,
And I'm just looking forward for some more.
it's way better.
Way better. Man, those elbow pads, when they come off, whew, you feel like you're flying.
Just fucking itchy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels like I'm fighting in a dream when I have either shin pads on back in those days and the elbow pads. I'm like, do they feel strong? Like they got a good poker face, man. I was told I was strong. Do you have a favorite combination that you like to throw that you might use on me and then I can just easily defend against you?
Just kicks.
Throw kicks?
Yeah,
Yeah, kicks are good. I got to work on my hands
I don't
really.
actually mind a bit of boxing now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to hate it, but now I'm loving it.
Yeah, same. Clinching as well.
Yeah, I love
Yeah, you're good at clinch. I don't think I've ever missed your fight. I've watched every fight ever since I met you.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. Talk to the mic.
Is that better? Sweet.
There we go. There we can hear him now.
Yeah. All right, here. Me. Shh. Don't call me out
Being
like
on the
that.
mic's not my thing.
Man. I don't even know who this guy is.
Neither. I just
Kidding.
got told to come up with it.
Unfortunately for Dre here. But how about you? You got anything coming up next year?
I've got to wait for surgery. Yeah, so I got a massive hernia.
No.
growing and, yeah, got to wait till I see the surgeons.
Damn.
So yeah, that's why I haven't fought since June.
That's a long, yeah, that's probably going to be a little bit of a long wait.
Oh shit! It
No.
could be up anywhere up to a year, 2 years. So.
Damn.
But I'm sort of getting back into training. I've
Uh-huh.
been training probably a couple times a week just
Yeah.
to somewhat stay fit,
Yeah, I
keep
think.
up with the food.
Oh, good food.
Yep.
Good food.
Yep.
Is Benji listening? Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
How does that affect your training? Does it?
I can't kick, nothing. Even working, I can barely work.
Man.
It's all just
It's
shit.
always the talented fighters that do struggle.
Yeah, and I like just went pro last year. Was
Mm-hmm.
getting into a good rhythm this year, and yeah, it's just gone.
Damn. Well, I'm glad nothing's happened to me, so you can tell I'm definitely not talented. Oh man. So name the guys that are fighting from your gym.
We had Molly,
We
young
have-
one that just fought before she won, and then we've got Dane fight 12, I think.
Fight 12.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's
cool.
coming up.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited for that one. That one's
Yeah.
going to be good. Molly fought really well,
Yeah, she did good.
especially against Dorka. Dorka, especially people that train at Top Gun, man, they're
Yeah.
great. There's a great gym, but Molly just came out of nowhere. Boom.
Yeah, definitely. She's lost against her 3 times now, so
Yeah.
it was good for her to
So
get
it was
that win.
crazy. Yeah.
And she stepped up 5 kilos.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's taller than me now, I think. And
Yeah.
Dorka. Damn.
Albert.
Yeah, no, Molly did really well.
Yeah, she did good, and yeah, Dane just coming off a loss knockout. He'll be wanting to get that back, definitely.
When's the last time he's been in the ring?
He fought on our last show, Conquest.
Yeah, I remember that.
Whenever that, October.
I was commentating on that
Yeah.
fight, actually. Yeah.
Against Muhammad from wherever he's from. Yeah, and got knocked out. So
Yeah. That was, you know what, that was a crazy fight. That was the main event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
that was
the
crazy.
first second, it was just non-stop.
Everyone was holding their breath. Not people weren't really saying a
I was
word.
holding my breath.
Yeah, same. I couldn't really say much in the.
I was trying to tell him stuff, and I was like, nah.
Nah, yeah, that was awesome. Conquest is also a really good show. I don't
That's
think
all
I've.
right.
Oh, mate, come on. Give it to your parents.
Yeah, they do a good job.
They do a good job. I don't think I've ever missed any Conquest show since they started. I've been through every single one of them. And it's probably one of the best on the Sunshine Coast too.
Yeah, I would say it's the best
Yeah,
on the sunny coast.
come
but
on,
that's 'cause
show
my
some more
parents.
passion in the microphone.
Yeah, they do a decent show. All amateurs at the moment. I'm trying to get them to put me on one.
Oh yeah,
Just so I can have all
pretend
my-
you're an amateur.
Yeah, well, so I can have all my mates there and stuff.
Yeah.
Them travelling to Melbourne, and that's just not.
Oh,
gonna
it is
happen.
hard. Yeah, they'll have to do pay-per-view. Even though that's like the best that they can do, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, they should all. If they're good mates, they should be coming.
Do you hear that, guys? Do you guys hear that? What was it like fighting in Melbourne? What was
Oh.
that? Was it a different experience?
Yeah, fighting on Roots was definitely the best show I've fought on
Yeah.
so far.
It's a really good show.
Even 1774 in Sydney, they're definitely the best two I've fought on.
That was before Rebellion, hey?
Rebellion
The
was
Roots, sorry.
first. Roots was first, and then
Yeah.
1774 was in June.
In June.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Man.
think so. Yeah.
You think so? Yeah, I remember watching that
Yeah,
the
because
Roots
it was
fight.
it was like 2 weeks after Roots.
2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
I remember because I was so tuned into Roots. I was like, yes, we have a Queenslander on that Melbourne show. So
Yeah.
it was good that you were basically representing us. I think you were the only Queenslander there at that show
Oh,
that time.
I got-
Probably,
yeah,
I think. And I was like, let's go, Dre.
I got no clue.
Big fan. Big fan. Yeah, do you prefer to fight interstate or
Interstate.
interstate?
Yeah, I love it.
It's a different game, isn't it?
It's way better.
So much better.
No one you know's there. You're
Yeah.
always the underdog, and yeah, it's better.
Your walkout songs, are they always the same or do you mix it up?
Oh, I've changed it once for Alliance. I walked out to Run This Town by Rihanna.
Oh,
But
yeah.
besides that, it's the next episode.
The next episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't really get a choice. My parents chose it.
Yeah, Brody's a good dude.
Mum's the better one.
Oh. She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Probably say it's the first positive thing I've ever said about her.
I'm going to say that to her. She'll be over the moon. Yeah, cool. Well, is that one more round? One more round is in like fights.
Oh, shit.
I'm hopeless. Hey,
More to say.
are we going to cut the swearing out or? Naughty.
Oh, crap.
Oh, man. I think we're on fight number 7.
8.
Number 8? 7? Oh, yes, one fight number 8. We've got
Someone
some
from
young
Fight World
ones
and
there.
someone from Martial Arts first.
martial arts first. Yeah, it's good to see a lot of Fight World's fighters coming down here for the MTL Development Day. That's fun.
Yeah, definitely. They go everywhere.
They do, which
Especially
is
with
nice.
Albert there.
Oh, yes. Albert's crazy.
Oh.
Man, another fighter that I've never missed out on watching.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't predict what he's going to do.
Like, I knew he was good and then when he fought Rod Leck, that fight, I was like, fuck, he is really good.
Yeah.
Like, I knew he was really
Man.
good, but that's just another level.
I was a ring card girl for that fight, and as crazy as it was awesome being at the front. I could smell the blood. And I was like, I think I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
But I love the violence in Muay Thai, really. It's crazy.
I love it.
Yeah, it's such a good entertainment. And violence is not always the answer, just letting everyone know that. It is. But that fight was insane. And but smelling the blood after, I was like, ugh. I don't think I ate dinner I didn't eat dinner that night, but
Weak stomach.
yeah. I thought I was strong, but up until then I was like, oh man, I'm weak.
Yeah.
Brandon Spain as well in that MTL.
Yeah, he's definitely another one.
Another entertainer.
He'll have, hopefully, a couple of good fights next year with some Aussies.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get matched.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. Did you watch the Rebellion show
Josh King.
last
one?
week? Yeah.
Yeah, watch that.
That's crazy.
Oh, Josh.
I'm so proud of Josh King though.
Yeah. Oh.
He's done well. We're done? Sorry everybody. But thank you for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Man, what a fight.
That was good.
He comes strong in the end, didn't he? This is Albert's fighter out here. We're about to watch this decision. Let's see what happens. Yes. It's nice, man. He comes strong, and that you could tell they were fucked, though, huh? They were so tired. Talk into the microphone. You can't talk to nobody.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You gotta talk to us.
Nah, yeah, he needed to come back from that. He didn't do enough in the first, so came back on that last round and he did enough to win that fight. Get
Oh,
that
good.
count, so.
I didn't see the first round, so he wasn't in charge in the first
Nah,
round.
not the first round. He was just kind of standing there and picking his opponent apart. Should have done more. So.
Well, we seen some flying knees towards the
Oh,
end there.
yeah,
I was like,
so-
hey, who taught him that?
Definitely not me.
I seen him do a flying teep as well. Flying teep to an elbow
That was
just
sick.
before.
That was
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, I need to learn that. I haven't done that yet.
Well, I'm sure it's not above you.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
For people that don't know, this is Albert Tua from Fight World. Albert we just announced at the start of this event tonight the Fight of the Year for MTL's promotion across the entire year. You guys had the Fight of the Year, you versus Rodlek.
Yeah.
We've talked that fight into the fucking ground because it was sick.
Yeah.
Like, it was wild, man. But I want to ask you about how you felt going in there. We talked to you a little bit before, obviously, before you went into that fight, what you were thinking, what you were feeling. Like, you've been on a tear. You've been crushing people, just like unstoppable. And then we put you in there against a beast. Like, Rodlek was fucking strong, huh?
Yeah, definitely. No, he was tough. I did everything. I threw everything at him, and he did not move. Like, the only thing that got him was just a head kick and just rocked him a bit, but he was tough. Definitely the toughest fight I've ever had in my career, so it was good to test myself at that level. So.
Yeah, man. Well, that was kind of one of the main things that I took away from watching that fight. Like, first of all, I had said this on the podcast, but I said to Nikhil, like, I literally thought someone was going to die. Like, it was, you guys were fucking hitting each other so hard, and nobody moving.
Nah, yeah, definitely. I was like, oh man, I threw everything. I threw knees, spinning elbows. I was like, he's not moving.
You like jumped twice your body height into the air, kneed him in the face, come down, and he smiled at you and punched you in the face.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, oh man.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what you need. Like, you need to be fighting people that bring that out in you.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, like, we know you're talented. We know you're strong. We know you're a good fighter. But when you get somebody that fucking stands there and bangs with you and really puts you to the test, we get to see that level Albert Tua.
Yeah, definitely. It puts on a show for everyone as well. And hopefully get another tough one in April. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Yeah, nothing but upwards and onwards, really.
Yeah, definitely.
We talked about this before the fight, kind of asking you about your process and stuff. You know, like, some people have like superstitions, or some people have certain routines and shit. And you basically just said, I just go and I fight. I just see what happens and it just comes out. And I think watching you, it's pretty clear to see that that's just what you do.
Yeah, no, I don't plan anything to do in a fight. I just go in there and just throw whatever comes out and just kind of hope for the best. Obviously, you have to watch your opponent and what he does, but like, I don't overthink of what I do. I just let it go and just flow with it.
Yeah, man, flow with it is kind of exactly the right term. Like, I went on the podcast last week when I was talking about this fight, I was saying that, like, you do embody that thing that they talk about, be like water. You know, the whole Bruce Lee concept is that you just roll, move, flow change, whatever the fuck is happening. And it's kind of not, like, it's really refreshing, because Muay Thai can be, especially at the higher levels, can be like this chess game, like this calculated chess game where two people are so technically strong that nothing almost happens.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're so good that nobody can get past anything and nobody does anything new. They're like computers,
one for one,
playing each other. And like with you bring this crazy level of unpredictability, because it's like you literally don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to do next, so I just throw it and just I hope to hit him. So
yeah, and I could tell you definitely were having fun in there. Like,
it's definitely the funnest I've had in my fight career. So yeah, definitely keen to have another fight like that again soon.
Do you think you need that, like that kind of opponent to be able to bring out that level?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I need someone like Rodlek again to bring that toughness out of me and that fun. So definitely need another one like that.
And what do you got planned for over Christmas and stuff?
I'm in fight camp at the moment, so I got a boxing fight in January.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Yeah.
How much boxing have you done?
I've had 2 pro boxing fights.
Okay.
So I've done a little bit of boxing. So yeah, we'll just go in there and see what happens.
How do you go in boxing? I don't think I've ever seen you box.
Not too bad. Just flow with it.
Same shit. Just
same thing.
Move your head.
Just move your head and throw your hands and see what happens. Yeah.
You ever have to stop yourself from being like, I want to do a flying knee right now, spin and elbow this guy?
Nah, not really. Nah, just if I think about it, just throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a question.
What is your story? How did you find Muay Thai?
How did I find Muay Thai?
Yeah, how'd you get into it?
Corny. So I was playing rugby league before I started Muay Thai, and I was in the off season and I did Muay Thai. I got into Muay Thai for fitness at that time, and since then I just love Muay Thai more than anything else, to be honest. Yeah.
When we kind of had asked you that question before, you had said, like, we talked about your footwork and how kind of like odd it is the way you move. Like, and I say this to everybody. I was just telling Luke Fraser this too, that like you move like a panther. Like, you don't move like a human, you move like an animal. And it's because you're like so connected to your body. Like, there's not like, I feel like with humans, we have this like awkward thinky shit that gets in the
Yeah.
way of stuff.
Yeah.
Where like your body just flows
Flows with it, yeah.
really naturally. And we had talked about this, that maybe it could have come from you having like from such a young age having to be small, playing footy,
yeah.
that you had to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Like you had to trust your body to get you where
Yeah, I
you
didn't
needed
want
to
to stand
get
there and get hit by the big boys, so I had to get out of there. So, but
Yeah. And so it's kind of like developed this athleticism in you that's translated across, and it's fucking sick. But you didn't have exactly like you haven't had just the perfect road either. Like you had a break too. Do you want to talk about what happened there?
Yeah, when I had my kid about 2 years ago, I had a 2-year break. It got like I was enjoying fighting, and I got to the stage where I was like 16-0, and then at that stage I was expecting everyone, like everyone was expecting me to win every fight that I had, and that was the expectation that everyone had, was just I had to be at the top, and it kind of pushed me away from fighting. Like I was having a kid at the same time, so I was like, it kind of those two things kind of came along in that, and it kind of pushed me away from fighting at the time. And I'm glad it did. At a young age, for someone to learn something like that or to understand something like that, it's
It's so smart.
Yeah, and it was definitely a good decision I made to take some time off and come back. So
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit because on the last podcast, because I was like, it's not even that you've come back to the Albert that you were. Like you've come back way better.
Yeah.
Like bigger, better, more athletic, more strong, more, and it does literally looks like you're having fun now.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
it's really nice to take that pressure off yourself. I kind of understand what you're getting at. Like it's just this thing. It's not that you don't put the pressure on yourself, because of course you do. Like you want to perform, you want to be the best in the world, because you wouldn't be where you are if you didn't.
Yeah.
But when there's all this external pressure and these stories that he's unstoppable, he's unbeatable, it's like you're constantly fighting like a shadow of yourself, or like
definitely.
a ghost of yourself. That's somebody else that's just like, let me be me.
Yeah.
Just whatever the fuck happens, I just want that.
Yeah, that's how I think now. So like, for me, it doesn't really matter what people say, as long as I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Enjoy life. That's me. So.
Yeah, and you're so young. You got so much time. You got so much talent. You got so much hard work in like all of the years of work that you put in behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you know how to win and lose.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
Yeah. Win or lose doesn't matter, as long as you're enjoying life and enjoying fighting. That's it.
Yeah, man. And what's it like being a dad?
Oh, love it. Yeah, just probably one of the best things other than fighting that I've had in my life. So, is one of the things that I do fighting for is for him. So, I look forward to seeing him every day. So, yeah.
Has it impacted your training or any of that stuff? Like, have you had to...
it's definitely made me train harder. Just watching him come into the gym and run around and play with the kids and hit the bag, it just gets that excitement in me and just makes me more hungry and just want to go harder.
Yeah, man. Well, they always talk about this, like having something that's greater than you.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because, and maybe that's what it is, like that. When the story's about you, like you the winner, you the champion, you the undefeated, whatever. That's all. It all like, it's like a zoom lens, like coming in onto just you.
Yeah.
And that thing about making it fun, making it be about your kid or about anything else that's outside of who you are, just allows you to naturally be.
Yeah.
And then fuck it, then like the pressure's off.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about this? Yeah, man. Well, and so you got boxing fight coming up next year, early next year.
Yeah.
So you're gonna kind of just train through Christmas.
Yeah, I'm
Nothing
just
too
gonna,
different
no
for you.
eating too much, so don't want to blow out too much. So I'm just gonna train, and got a world title in March.
Oh, sick.
WMC world title in March. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, against an American, so that'll be fun. So,
Yeah, man. Yeah. American Muay Thai is a different style. I think I feel like the English dudes are the ones to watch right now.
Yeah.
They're scary.
Oh yeah, they're tough.
Did you watch Micah fight last night?
No, I didn't.
Micah from WA from Riddlers fought. On MTL 11 we had like a Champions League
Oh
tournament.
yeah.
So it was like the best from Canada, best
Yeah.
from the US, best from the UK, and us.
Yeah.
We all had eliminators,
Yeah.
semifinals, and then the best of those guys would fight each other.
Yeah.
And so Micah fought Joe Welsh from the UK.
From the UK, yeah.
And yeah, man, they're just breed different.
Tough.
And that's exactly what it was. It was kind of, it was a similar concept to the Rodlick versus you style thing, but Micah just couldn't I felt like he was landing strikes. They were nice, but it was like Joe just wouldn't give him an inch. Like he was
Pressure.
it was pressure, but it was also like strong.
Yeah.
You just grounded.
It's just tough fighters. So.
And it's like, does that get a bit, like when you hit someone with the fucking hardest shot you've ever hit them with, and then they just walk forward at you, you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's what I felt like with Rodlick. I hit him with the punches, elbows, and knees. I was like, gonna have to do more than that.
Yeah, like what do I do?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just so tough.
Man, also, I forgot, at that first round of that fight, he dropped you.
Yeah.
What happened? What was going through your head at that point?
All I was thinking is I had to come back and win that fight. Like, yeah, I had to tell myself I wasn't gonna lose that fight. Like, I had to come back strong. It was a good knockdown. Got me flash on the chin. So I had to come back and win that fight. That was all that was in my head.
Yeah, man. Like, okay, you've knocked me down, but
Yeah.
that's it. That's all you're getting. Yeah, that's all you're getting from it. Oh man, yeah, that's wild. And like to be able to bounce back from that, I feel like I was talking to someone about this yesterday. The idea that like sometimes when it's nothing but success and you're just kind of on the up all the time, you're not conditioned to failure.
Yeah.
And so then when failure happens, you kind of have two paths you can take. Like for someone like you, 16 fights undefeated, and you were young, right? How old were you at the time?
I was 16.
You were 16.
16, yeah.
Because I was wondering if I was fucking those two things up, because I was like, I thought you were 16 fights undefeated, but then I was like, oh, maybe he was just 16.
Nah, yeah, I was 16, yeah.
So you had 16 fights undefeated, then you lost to Damon Nelson.
Yeah.
And you took some time off. What I think tends to happen with people, 16 fights, myself included, I had 11 fights, 10 of them I won.
Yeah.
But I didn't when I decided it was like, I was like, I've got this feeling, I don't want to do it anymore, I'm done, I've done all the things, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that in me to be like, keep proving to myself that I need to keep proving to myself.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of was like, oh, I've ticked the box, I'm out, like,
Yeah.
enough. But with you have 16 fights undefeated, then you lose a fight, and lose it in a pretty fucking hectic way.
Yeah, it was tough.
And then to do what you've done, come back, and you're not coming back and like fighting a few, like, oh, I'll just dip my toes back in the water and like feel my way back into this. You come back and just fought killer after killer after killer after killer and get better and better and better every time. Do you think, is that a mentality thing? Do you literally think it's just that because you want to have fun?
Oh, I haven't even thought of that. I think when you're enjoying what you do and having fun, you just don't think about winning or losing. You're just enjoying what you're doing and just getting out there and just showcasing the skills you have. Yeah.
Luke was talking about how he felt like, because he's only 18, he's only young now. I mean, what do you know? Only 20?
I'm 23.
23. Like, he's such a young kid, and he's got a good future ahead of him. But to keep his head on straight, like he kind of is like, I've done all the things. Like, I know what it's like to party and hang out with girls and whatever, but nothing gives me that feeling that I get for just being in the ring. It's not about winning, losing, whatever. Just being inside there, and that feeling of like what I have to put myself through to get to that point, and then how good that feels. Like, there's nothing beyond that.
No.
And it's so smart at 18 years old to have that like intelligence about him now, because you're right. Like, it's, if you focus on the outcome, and it's dumb, like this is the shit that you read on Instagram all day, every day, and it just sounds so basic. It sounds so boring, like just fucking have fun and stop it. But it's actually way harder in practice to do. It's way, way harder to like actually embody that and live it.
It's hard. It's something that's hard to teach people.
Yeah.
Like, some people, like, their mentality is different from other people, so it's hard to teach them a certain thing. So
yeah, and sometimes you kind of have to come to it in your own time.
Yeah,
like,
definitely. Yeah.
Sometimes
you'll learn it in your own time, in your own way. So
because then it's at least it's founded. Like
Yeah.
there's a foundation.
Yeah,
It's
you're
deep.
not- yeah,
It's
you're
not just like
Yeah, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's just, it kind of comes on you.
yeah, and you're not putting on it up front.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a lot too, especially with like needing to be a somebody on the internet.
Yeah.
There's all this like front shit. And
Yeah.
one of the things that Nakia said about you, and I think it's true, is that like when we were talking about the way you fight, and you were like, she's like, I feel like he just lives that way.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of how you live your life. Is that true?
Yeah, I just live day by day. Like, whatever happens today happens today. Whatever happens tomorrow happens tomorrow. Yeah, just kind of enjoy day by day. So,
Well, it's obviously definitely working for you.
yeah.
Let's see.
definitely.
All right, well, we're going to have a quick little break, and then Nakia's going to come back and talk some shit, maybe to you, maybe to somebody else, who knows.
All right, sounds
But
good.
thanks for
Thank
sitting
you for your
down
time.
with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be right
Thank you.
back.
Hey, here we are. What's happening?
Much. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say.
Welcome to Fight Companion. I am Nakia. This is Lucy.
Hello.
She's very excited to be here.
I'm really good at talking, especially when I don't know what I'm supposed to be talking about.
Oh, watching some amateur fights. How's your day been, Lucy?
It's good. It's good to be home. Good to be back in a country where I'm the well-known one.
Not the strange, weird.
Yeah,
white
not
kid.
the foreigner in an Asian country. It's definitely funny being the foreigner. I'm so used to like having the people flown in for me, so it's funny being on the other side of it and being like everyone looks at you funny because you're the person that doesn't quite fit in, and you're like, oh, it's weird being on that side of things.
Yeah. Lucy was just telling me before that she's a spoilt little brat now because she's been on MTL, so she gets the benefit of our attention to detail and organisation and making sure fighters are all well and truly looked after.
Definitely.
And
I
now
think-
has experienced what happens when that's not the case.
Yeah, I think my last fight, especially being on that side of things and having a show run so not MTL, it was like, I don't know whether that's just my standard now of how fighters should be treated and how shows should be run, but yeah, it's definitely weird being on that side of things and seeing the professionalism that MTL kind of sets the standard for, and the way that we look after, the way that the fighters get looked after, and from the moment we get matched all the way through to the end of the fight night, like it's just kind of unmatched, and it's interesting to see how things on other shows and in other countries work as well. But yeah, I think I'm a bit of an entitled MTL fighter now.
Yeah, well, we've got, when we have like internationals and especially guys that come from Thailand, we always get that good feedback as well. Where, they feel really looked after, so that's always something that we've made sure is high on our priorities, and especially even more so when people are, coming and leaving their hometown and coming to fight on the international stage and they don't know what to expect. Like, we want to make sure that they feel cared about and that they want to come back.
Yeah, it's definitely, I've definitely noticed, like, especially from like the girls that I've had flown in, like, to fight on MTL, like, I've noticed that on fight night, they've seemed very comfortable and they seem well looked after, and they kind of have someone there backing them, like, from the MTL team. They have someone there looking after them from, like, the moment they get to the airport all the way through fight night and then when they leave, whereas that's kind of, we thought that was the standard, but we were proven otherwise. So it's just a learning curve of kind of learning to adapt, and when things aren't run as smoothly and professionally as we're used to, we kind of have to learn to adapt and, I don't know, get
Yeah,
used, get used to that fighting internationally, I guess, not being the hometown girl.
Yeah, lots of lessons when you travel internationally, let alone fight internationally
Yeah.
or live overseas, anything like that is like part of the journey is rolling with whatever happens and the ups and downs that comes with that. But you have a choice to take on those challenges and enjoy it for what it is, or
Yeah.
sit around and never know and
Stick in my backyard.
yeah. That's the fun of it. And when one day when you're grey and old and can't lift your leg up high anymore, and you'll look back and be like, I'm glad I did all of that. I'm glad I. Sometimes when you're done with fighting too, you look back at all that and you're like, at the time, I lost this fight and I hated it and beat myself up or whatever. But then when it's all said and done and you can't fight anymore or those days are gone, you're like, fuck. Why did I care? Like that was a glory day. Is like actually getting to get in the ring and do all that, you know.
Yeah, and I think even like I had a conversation with Mika in Hong Kong, and I said to him, I was like, I had a pretty smooth run early on in my career. I didn't kind of get the experience of experiencing a loss early on in my career. So like the losses that I have experienced. So I mean, I lost my first fight, but then my losses since then have been big, like important fights. So I'm not only getting used to fighting internationally, I'm kind of getting used to processing a loss and kind of learning to bounce back from that and taking things away from that as well. So it's learning to fight internationally and learning to adapt to other organizations and other countries, but it's kind of also learning how to lose and process that and move on and better myself from it, because I learned we always say you don't win or you learn, you win or you lose, but you should learn regardless, and I learned something from every win that I've had. But yeah, so now it's kind of learning how to learn from my losses as well, and learning how to kind of process that as a professional. I didn't really get to experience that as an amateur. I was pretty lucky with how my amateur career went.
Yeah, and I mean, you can use that if you use it well. You can use that like dogging you a little bit from losses. You know, like you take that into your next camp and have that little extra edge of like, how do I do the 1% more?
Yeah.
And it's easy to say that off of wins you can do that, but man, I think there's something different about doing it off of losses. Is like this thing that's like this fire inside you that's a bit pissed at the world. You're like,
especially like my fight in Feb this year, coming off the loss in Japan. I've never wanted like to win so bad before. Like it wasn't even like I had something to prove to everyone. I just felt like I had a lot to prove to myself in that fight, and I was obviously a bit disappointed with how that fight went, being just the first round stoppage, but I felt like I had a lot more to show and a lot more to give and a lot more to prove, not to anybody but to myself and to Mika as well. Like I knew I had more to give than that, and obviously Japan hurt, being a kickboxing fight, but being my first loss in a very long time, it lit that fire again, and I was like, oh yeah, I am very competitive and I do have that dog in me. The little chihuahuas gets very aggressive when she loses.
I actually lost my first 2 ever fights. Like the first one, I was like super aggressive and just came out. We didn't obviously, even my coach was like, we don't know what's going to happen because you first fight anything. And I went out fucking swinging. And I was just like left hand, left kick. That's all I did the whole time. It's probably all I did the whole career. But I went out like so hard and then gassed, and then by the 3rd round all I could do was teep because I was fucking exhausted. And then luckily my opponent also was a freshie and she was equally as exhausted, so we stared at each other like we are both
it's just this mutual
so
like
adrenaline
please
dump.
don't do this. Like I remember I don't remember actually anything from my first fight. It was like I remember kind of the walkout, and I remember being out the back and I didn't really know what to expect, and it's actually something Mika told me from my first fight, and it's helped me my whole career. And he said, you're a performer, think of it like a performance. And obviously coming from my cheerleading, dancing, performance background, he just said, go out there and entertain. He's like, you're putting on a performance for the crowd. And I was like, oh, well, that's something that I've done my whole life. So that's helped me throughout my whole career. But I just remember that first fight, I walked out super confident, and I don't remember anything after that. I remember my second fight, I landed like a clean head kick on her, and the girl was like, 8 kilos bigger than me, and I landed a head kick on her, and I remember I got an 8 count, and I just remember going to the corner and being like, thank fuck, because I am absolutely tapped. Like, I'm so exhausted. And then after that, she kind of backed off a little bit. Obviously, the head kick helped, but I would just remember me in my head being like, thank fuck, because my gas tank is tapped, like absolutely tapped.
I remember like I was super scared. So the first fight, because I had gassed out, I lost split decision. It was like super. Like we got fight of the night that night. It was like a really great experience. My coaches were super proud of me because they were like, "You fought so hard, showed heaps of heart, like just got a bit tired." And she kind of edged it in the clinch. Like she was a bit bigger than me. Anyway, we thought I won. So I remember being like, "Oh, so if you go out really hard." Like I'd learnt that lesson now. Like you go out really hard, you have an adrenaline dump, and you get tired. Going into my second fight, I had all that fear. Like I feel like your second fight's harder than your first.
Definitely, I agree.
Because I had the unknown wasn't there.
Yep. You knew what
And
you're
then-
going into your second time.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck
And then I was so scared of getting tired that I did the opposite, where I like started too late. Like the first round, I didn't do enough. I should have fought the second fight like I did my first, because the girl didn't like aggression.
Yep.
And I went out, was like scared. I was like, don't go if you go too hard.
Yep.
You're gonna get tired again. Don't go too hard, and you'll lose that way. And then I held back, and it was like too little, too late.
Yep.
And then I remember I went back, and my coaches were pissed this time because they were like, we were asking you to go and you didn't. So now not only did you lose it, we're not happy with you. I went back into the gym that Monday and I was like, book me another fight. Like I was so mad. I was just like, that's it. I'm not having this. Like 2 losses now. This is fucked, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, exactly, like just use that motivation, got really angry. They booked me a fight 2 weeks later and I stopped the girl in like the first round.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck you, I'm the
Give me another one.
And then like, put a stop to her. And like, no one was getting in my way.
I remember even
from
my
that.
first 5-rounder, I remember doing the same thing though. It was my first 5-round fight, actually, I stopped her in 3 rounds. So, and then the same thing happened with my first 5 threes. Stopped her in the first. My second 5 threes, stopped her in the third for the world title. So that fight that I took on 2 weeks' notice in Hong Kong, that was my first actual 5 threes. And I took it on 2 weeks' notice. And I remember coming back after the first, and I looked at Mika and I was like, I'm fucked. And he's like, you're fine. And I was like, I'm fucked. I was like, I'm so tired. And he's like, you're fine. He's like, you're in your head. He's like, just like get out of it. But I just remember like learning how to pace yourself for a 3-2s, then you learn how to pace yourself for a 5-2. And yeah, so that was my first experience actually completing a 5-3. So it's like, now I got to learn how to pace myself for 5 3-minute rounds. That's a long ass time to be in the ring. Like,
yeah, the long breaks are good, but the
long breaks are long though. Like you kind of get halfway through the break and you go, I'm bored now. Like I'm tired. But then I feel like 1 minute after 5 threes wouldn't be enough.
I remember talking to my strength coach about this a lot too, and people are built for different things. So he was explaining to me like if you're quite like muscly and strong and you hold like a fair bit of muscle, that sometimes like a 5-3 situation with a 2-minute break be really good for you, because you might take a little bit longer to recover. Because you've got, I guess it's like you might hit really hard or whatever, or be that like use that bit more muscle, because that's how you sort of built. And so your recovery takes a little bit longer, so those 2 minutes will really benefit you. Or, I mean, it depends on the way you've built your system, right? And like a 3-2, you can build your system completely different. It's like just to have quick, short bursts, and you can go hard and go nuts, and then like really like small little pockets of recovery. But yeah, I always find that too. Like people like different things. What do you prefer if you had like a 3-3, 5-2, 5-3 option?
I've always preferred 5-2s over 3-3s, but I'm starting to like the 5-3s, obviously. Like kind of now that I'm getting a bit more used to being in the ring and kind of having that ring time as well. Like I do like the 2-minute breaks, as long even though they are long. It works well in my favor because of like my work rate as well. So I can go hard in every round and then have time in the corner to recover. And we prep for it. So like when we're doing 5-3 fights, we train 5x4s with 30-second rest.
Yeah.
So then by the time the fight rolls around, I get 2 minutes.
You're like, this is great.
Yeah, like I'm used to it. So like fight week, we do 5-3s with 1 minute. He still refuses to give me a 2-minute rest in training because he doesn't want to stand there for that long. But yeah, it works well in my favor, the 2-minute rest, just because it means I can kind of empty my tank every round.
Yeah, you're just going to get a full recovery.
And I can get a full recovery, especially like in the past, always being the smaller fighter too. Like I'm actually getting the 2-minute rest now that I'm kind of the stronger one, whereas like when I needed the 2-minute rest, when I was the tiny one, I didn't get the 2-minute rest. I was still only getting the 1-minute rest. So, I mean, yeah, you can't have everything, but it's just always a learning curve, and now I'm just getting used to the 5-3s as well. But it's good to have. It was good to actually have the full 5-3s and get that ring time in as well, like to learn how hard that is, and like the difference between 5-2s and 5-3s is a big difference.
Yeah, I never fought 3-3s. I actually was in this weird transition period with girls where girls were still doing 2-minute rounds regardless.
Yep.
So moving to pro when I was fighting meant fighting 5-2s instead of 3-2s.
Yep.
And there was no actual like 3-3 option. I remember Benj fought 3-3 and there was a few guys doing it, but I don't know, for some reason it never came up. It was like 3-2s or 5-2s. And then we started, I got to a point where I decided saying like, I'm only fighting 5 rounds because I was a better 5-round fighter. I liked the extra time to go back to your corner and get
more
feedback.
advice. Yeah, you get, what is it? 4 in the corner instead of 3, or something. 3 in the corner instead of 2.
2, yeah. So you get more. Yeah, I just like
more
it. And
feedback.
more time out there doing your thing. You know.
And like I think too with the 2-minute rest, the 3-3. Some promotions and sanctions do 3-3s with 2-minute rest. Some do 3-3s with 1-minute rest.
Yeah.
I think I've only had 2 3-3 fights. One was with 2-minute rest, and one was with 1-minute rest. So and that makes it a different fight as well, because 3-3 is a 2-minute rest. You can empty your tank, and it's a like action-packed fight from the very, very first bell. But then when you have 1 minute, you fatigue a lot faster, because 3 minutes is a long time, and then you don't have that same recovery.
Yep.
So, like, it depends what the promoter wants, I guess.
So on a promoter side, we used to do 3-3 with 2 minute, and I think we only did that once or twice.
Yeah.
And then we were like, Lorna did the numbers on the production, and we were like, this fucking takes too long.
You may as well do 5 rounds.
You lose like a whole fight, basically, in the timing. And it's like, well, we'd rather the fans be happy to be wrapping up at 10:30, 10:45 or whatever, instead of sitting around too late. So, yeah,
teammate.
Who have we got fighting? Oh, yeah, we've got Zaki Boy. I'm missing Double Dose Fighter. How rude. Not even paying attention.
Jaya wants to know what's in store for Lucille in 2025. We don't know.
Don't know. I haven't invited her to be on the show yet.
I don't know if I'm invited back to MTL.
Don't know if I really
They're probably
like
sick of me by now. No, I don't know. We haven't really had full discussions.
Well, she's got a world title to defend.
Yeah, I've got to defend.
Hopefully we can find someone suitable.
We've got a big rankings list that we're kind of chipping our way through. Like, even with the last world title fight, she was the third person that we got matched with. So like there are a few contenders on that list that we would like to fight. I know there's an Italian girl, there's a really good Viet girl as well. But yeah, anyone on the list, like, we just want to keep our world title and defend it as many times as we can, I guess. Stay on MTL as long as they'll invite me back. I just can't piss Nakia off too much.
Good luck.
I think I did that 4 fights ago.
No, there's not exactly the biggest pool of fighters that's 45 to 47, but it's growing, which is good. So
it's a lot bigger.
It's a matter of literally finding someone, getting them over here, making it happen. But
yeah, and it's an expensive journey too. I don't just get to. It's like Niki's got to pay a lot of money to get people over here to fight. Like, I can't just fight all the time in Australia as well. Like, I've got to start traveling as well, because it's hard of me to ask promoters to constantly be flying people in when I'm not kind of doing the flying as well. So, but it's a good experience kind of doing both, kind of learning how to fight overseas as well, like I said before. But yeah, hopefully we get to defend my title, and yeah.
We'd like to see her on RWS.
Yes, that's another thing.
There's a good, they just started that division essentially, didn't they? They've had a few girls at 47-ish.
Well, their minimum weight division's actually mini fly.
Oh, so
so their minimum weight, because when they posted the minimum weight rankings, I was like, oh my goodness, but it's actually 105 pounds, which is the mini fly. So a lot of the girls that are on that rankings are also on the WBC rankings. So whether
it's a good pool of girls.
Yeah, whether we fight them on MTL or on RWS, that's kind of a goal of ours to fight over there. That'd be sick. I'd love to fight in Thailand, especially like on a promotion like RWS too. Like, I'd rather fight on a prestigious show than just go over there and just fight for the sake of it. Fight one of the well-ranked girls rather than just fighting a Thai just for the sake of saying I fought a Thai. Like, fight the best Thais, not just anyone. Nikki is getting invested.
Just realised our boy's fighting Zaki boy.
Someone got a low blow.
Looks like it's a bit of a back and forward war, just swinging for the fences. They are both. Ooh. These amateur shows are fun.
There's been some crazy technique that I'm like, I wasn't like that when I'd had 2 fights. Like, there's some absolute like,
Oh, Zaki just went down. Fuck. Oof. Oof. Rough. Yeah, look, I think fighters are different now than they were a number of years ago, but the
There's a lot more
resources available to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the resources available to fighters now, I think, is better. There's even just like how much you can soak in what you see. So, like the ability for fighters to go and study stuff on YouTube or just watch fights every week. Like, I think that people don't realise how much that benefits fighters now, just being able to absorb not just what they see in the gym, because it used to just be whatever you saw in your gyms, what you learned, and then that was where your learning kind of stopped. So unless you could go and find, either go to Thailand or find old, like find VHS tapes or whatever, you know, whatever. Like, I mean, like there wasn't much available.
DVDs, man. I know.
Yeah, well,
VHS
I mean, you used to had to buy your DVD of your fight show after you fought. Like this was the thing, right? And then before that, it was the
Mick has always said like, Mick is old. He's gonna kill me, but he used to say like, you know, for us to get a fight now, you know, you can go on YouTube and I can watch her last 4 fights.
Yeah.
Whereas he's like when I got matched, he's like, all right, I had to drive all the way down the Gold Coast, sit in the crowd, pay the entry tickets, watch him bash someone, watch him stop someone, and then go,
yeah, I got to fight them.
Yeah, I got to fight them. Like, and that's the way that they fought in that one fight is the only fight information that you have on them. Whereas like we're really lucky now that, you know, you can stalk them on social media, you can look them up and find their full fight footage on YouTube and stuff. Whereas,
his shoulders out.
Been there, done that.
Poor bugger. It's fucking looks rough too. Anyway, sorry about that.
That makes me feel so
I
nauseous.
got swept and landed on it.
That makes me that makes me nauseous.
Poor guy. Fighting, eh?
Yeah, dislocations are.
Oh yeah, you'd know all about that.
Yeah, I feel for that boy.
Luce has had that happen in a fight and just jiggled it back in.
Yeah, twice. It happened actually in my second fight. Popped it out, and then what was it, March last year? It dislocated twice in a fight, and I just was like, fuck. Yeah, it's not fun. It's a big rehab process, and it's a big mental hurdle to overcome, especially now too. Like, everything you do, kind of, you worry about it re-dislocating. Like, whether it's overextending a punch, clinching, getting swept, everything you kind of are always. It's always in like the back of your mind, just trying to keep it in its little socket.
Putting it back in. Nice. Good girl.
Yeah. See, I should have let them do that, but I just did it myself and
I don't know if she did actually.
tore it.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah.
I probably made it way worse by doing it myself. We're being kicked off. They're sick of us.
Who knows what we're fucking talking about? How boring listening to us. Sorry, guys.
I think we're pretty well behaved, really.
We haven't had too many drinks yet. MTL after party's happening after this show.
I mean, I've only had one, so give me one more and I'll be on the floor. I'll be gone. It's my annual 2 drinks and I'll be drunk. So
minimum weight and drinking skills too.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a heavyweight in drinking. I'm probably lighter in the drinking than I am in fighting. I can't handle my drinks.
Combination of that and the 50-degree weather in here.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking hot. Note to self: no shows in December or January in the gym.
It's fucked.
It's rough.
Wet t-shirt contest in here.
I thought starting in the afternoon would make it nice, but it was still fucking cooking.
No, we got home at midnight the other night. As soon as we walked out of the airport, it was like 28 degrees, and we were
like punches in
the
face.
heat down. We were wearing trackies too for being on the plane. All right, we're being kicked off. Someone's taking over us.
All right, we have who's coming? Rachel. Who's joining?
Rachel.
Who else is joining Rachel? Lorna. All right.
Rachel and Lorna.
No, we're just literally. She just said, "Get the fuck up."
She just said, "Fuck off."
Bye.
They're sick of us. Bye.
And unfortunately, I am back. Were you on here before?
No.
Who's this? Who's this guy?
Ron Weasley McDonald. We're back for MTL again.
Ron Weasley.
This time on the mic, not in the ring, so
Woo,
something
woo.
different, you know?
Hell yeah. You train with us, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget
Excited
about that.
for this one, like. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be on the mic. The
Yeah.
flight's going well tonight. Like,
Nice, you got your missus here.
yeah.
He thinks he's cool on the mic. He's really not. No, I'm joking.
Well.
Man, that last fight.
Yeah, fuck. Unfortunate, but yeah. A really good fight.
I really
good
like
fight,
Zach.
yeah.
He's got that
Yeah.
dad strength in him.
Yeah, they've got that dog in them. Both boys had that
Both
dog in
boys.
them. It was
It's
a
the
great
fight
fight
world.
to watch. Yeah.
They were both
Yeah.
rocking each other, but unfortunately, Zach's shoulder popped out.
Yeah.
Nikia also left her glasses here. I see the world differently now. Expensive. So you took some time off.
Yeah, took some time off. Just,
Finally good to have you back.
Yeah, back. Get ready for a fight again, I guess.
Mad.
But yeah.
How many fights do you reckon you'll have next?
Oh, keep going. Just keep
Yeah,
going from
boy.
here. Yeah.
Just let everyone know Ron beats everyone up, especially me. In the clinch, man, I'm kissing the floor at this point.
Yeah.
How do you feel being back?
Yeah,
we miss
great.
you. We
It
actually
feels
miss you.
amazing to be back. Like, yeah.
I can't wait for you to be
100%.
busy.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Do you have any favorite fights here that's happened?
Oh, all of them have been great. But yeah.
I think Zach's one did really well. I think Ron's a little bit shy on
I
the
am.
microphone.
I'm not a
He's
cameraman, to be
smiling,
honest.
he's looking
But
at everyone else.
like,
He's
I've
not
got
even
to
looking
learn
at
to get
me.
through this, you know.
Look at me when you're talking to me, man. I think Zach is going to be one of my favorites. Babyface did really well.
Yeah.
So proud of that
Babyface, that
dude.
was a great fight. Yeah.
Little cutie. They all got that little devil in them.
Oh man, most fights though, like it's been real clean Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I love to see.
A mix of gyms.
Yeah. A few that I haven't seen in a while, and they're all coming to fight.
Yeah, which is good. That's what we want. We choose violence.
Yeah, that's
I didn't say that with Dre before, but yeah. Oh well. It is now.
It's shaping up to be a good card, that's for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever had your shoulder popped out, by the way?
No, actually
I don't know what
haven't.
to do.
No.
If that was me,
I
being the
feel like
doc,
it's one of those ones you can't even think about. It comes up on the spot.
I know. Ugh, makes me cringe. I talked about blood before, that was gross, but this is I think I don't know if
I don't know about that one. Yeah.
I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with blood. Oh, I don't think. I know I'm fine with blood. I don't know about dislocations.
I'm excited for MTL's next few shows next year.
For sure. I'll be back on MTL next year. So.
Oh, that'd be exciting.
Yeah.
I hope
another big year.
Yeah. I hope I'll be on one of the MTL shows.
Yeah.
Surely we're doing another A-League, surely.
Yeah.
But I want to be with the big boys if Bench thinks I'm cool.
Yeah.
I want to be with the big boys.
Great
with you
show
on
to
the same-
fight on every time. It never gets boring, MTL.
Tell Benji
Never
that.
gets boring.
It never gets boring. It's fun. You haven't had any interstate fights yet, hey?
Yeah. I fought on Yekau in Sydney. On
Oh,
Yokau.
you did
too.
That was years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think that was my third fight.
Third fight.
Yeah.
Also, this kid has been overseas and
Yeah.
fought. I tuned in and watched it. Gave him a big thumbs up.
you.
I'm a big fan of everyone at the gym, especially people that I'm mates
sick
with.
trip. That was a sick trip.
That would have been a sick
Yeah.
trip. I think you came back not so much a totally different fighter, but your style is just so different compared to everyone. That's why I can't win against you ever. He's so strong, especially his clinch. I'm like, come on, bro. Give me some tips.
Yeah.
But you were doing that last week at training, hey?
Yeah. Back training again, so unfortunately.
Woo, no, I
Unfortunately
miss
for
it.
some.
We need, we miss Nick, we miss Emily.
Yeah, we need everyone back.
Connor's kind of like in and out.
Yeah,
all the fighters are injured.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But oh well, I just got to smile and carry on. Not
that's
saying that the
it,
guys
that's
that I
it.
have now suck.
Yeah,
I'm the one that sucks.
We miss the old team. Like,
I know, they're the old
yeah.
team. We miss the old team.
Yeah, the vibe's coming back though in the gym. There's all old faces coming back again. Like, it's shaping up.
And you're fighting at a heavier weight now, aren't you?
Yeah. I went up about 10 kilos exactly from when I had time off.
He is not a little boy anymore. Yeah, he's strong now.
I put a few kegs on, that's for sure.
It don't look like
Oh,
it.
and I'm still
strong.
cutting heaps of weight to that.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Are you gonna fight lighter? Are you aiming
Oh,
to
no,
go-
no, I'm happy at 63.5.
I
It's a
think
very
it's
good
good.
division too in Australia
I
at the
think
moment.
it's very active.
Yeah,
weight
yeah.
division.
Probably best division in Australia right now, I think. The 63.5 is fucking...
What do you think about, you know, the 4-man or the 8-man challenge?
The 8-man.
Would you ever do that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
100%. I want to fight the best. As soon as I'm back fighting continuously, I just want to fight the best, and that's it.
Derby man.
Belts don't matter.
I swear, redheads in Muay Thai, there's something about them.
Yeah,
They're on
that-
fire.
Oh, man.
Man, you look at Luke
Everyone's
Fraser.
doing it, yeah.
Fraser's here as well.
Yeah, MTL
They've-
loves to host us redheads, that's
Uh-huh.
for sure.
Brandon Spaney,
Spaney,
Josh
Luke,
King,
Josh,
who just won
yeah.
the 8-man.
Yeah.
And then now this
It's
one's coming up
amazing.
next. He's going to be number 1, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
There you go, Nikia. I just get, damn. I
Should
wish she
have
never
those
came
now,
back.
yeah.
I wish she never came back for those laughs.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, redheads in
Yeah.
Muay Thai,
Yeah.
crazy.
We
Are
just,
you in
we
the
just
same
got
weight
that going
division?
us, you know?
I know. Maybe I should have been a redhead.
Yeah.
Except now I'm Asian. That's not going to do much.
Oh, yeah.
What's that going to do?
I don't know.
What
I don't have
you
a comment
say-
for that. Just no comment.
You're not allowed.
no comment, guys.
He will once we get off the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep it to myself on the mic, yeah.
I cop it every day in the
God.
gym, so that's all right.
Yeah, no, yeah. So it's all love in the gym.
It is.
But-
It is. It builds
Yeah.
Character.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
If that's what you want to
resilience.
call it. Yeah, well, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Are you in the same weight division as like Josh King? and
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
What's Harry Shepard? Is what?
63.5
He's
as well.
63.
Yeah.
Whoa, busy
Amazing
weight,
division.
busy weight
Amazing division.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see you on the 8-man or the 4-man.
Yeah, I'd love to get on one. As soon as I'm back, like, that's what I'm saying. I just want to go fight whoever. I don't mind. Well,
He's a
I've
crazy
always
kid.
done. I've never cared.
He is a
I'll
great.
fight
He
anyone.
would jump in
That's
here
it.
against every amateur.
Yeah. I've never.
And your he has a twin brother. We're both twins.
Yeah.
So he has a twin
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
that trains as
He started
well.
training. Yeah.
Little-
Hopefully to get in the ring next year. So that'll be good.
Oh, I'd love to see
Yeah.
little Rowan
Yeah,
jump
that
in
would be
there.
amazing.
Another angry redhead.
Another one to add to the MTL card,
Another
eh?
one.
Yeah.
My twin sister, she used to. You remember Jess?
Yeah, yeah,
She used
yeah.
to train with us. My brother's here
Yeah.
as well. We all used to train together, but one's in the army, one's whipped because he has a girlfriend.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
I'm going to try and get Ethan back in.
Yeah.
He's just one of those ones that are just naturally good.
Yeah.
But it's just like, if you
Yeah.
tell him what to do, he's not going to do
Yeah.
it.
Same
So
with
I'm
a few
like-
of my mates, like Jed and that, eh? Like,
Oh, yeah,
they're just
Jed's
natural
back
freaks,
in.
man.
Yeah. Jed's getting back in.
Yeah.
Jack's back in.
Yeah.
And they're
Everyone's
getting
coming
busy.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Got to recruit more people here.
We're trying to bring everyone
I'm
back.
going to bring a knife next time.
Oh, I
feel
keep
like-
zoning out. I'm trying to watch the fight as well. Yeah.
Oh,
The
I
fights
can
are too
see-
good. I
I
keep
didn't
just
even
fucking
see
watching
that.
them.
I'm busy looking at myself, typical girl.
Oh.
What weight division's this? We've got, what is it? Zach was just on 74 kilos. Jendai. So the
Yeah.
Jendai Thai
74,
boxing.
big
I think they're in
boys.
Mackay Gym. These
Yeah,
guys.
yep.
They came from up north.
Yeah, wow.
Bit of a trip. I wonder if
Oh, well, it's one of the last cards for the year, you know?
you got to like
Yeah,
throw
you
those
got
amateurs
to get them
there.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it's about.
Who would he have? Do we just have one fighter from Jendai?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we've had
Oh,
too many
good on
fighters from
them.
that gym tonight.
Lewis is also a pretty cool
Yeah,
dude. He's a good
yes,
coach.
yes, yeah.
Really nice pommy
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It's weird because he's from the UK, right?
Yeah.
But he's in one of the hottest places in Australia. So I was like, how is he
Oh,
surviving?
this weather is brutal at the
But
moment.
I love the heat. I can't
Oh,
do winter.
same,
I
same.
cannot.
But fuck, it is way too hot at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, I don't
Oh.
mind it. I mean, for Ben, she's probably happy because
Yeah,
I can
even
tell him.
just sitting here, I'm sweating.
I can tell him, oh, I'm losing weight because I'm
yeah,
sweating.
yeah, fully.
I love you, Bench. Love you, Dad.
Yes, love you. Please don't make me run.
Please. What is it? So Mika recently fought.
Yeah, last night.
Did you watch?
Yeah, I did. I tuned into that. That was a fucking
Oh,
amazing
it's
fight.
Crazy. He versus
Yeah.
someone from the UK,
Oh,
Joel.
crazy fight. Top of their division as well.
I think
Both
so.
of them. It was, yeah,
think
very
me-
clean.
I could see you in there.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to fight in fours. Absolutely love to fight
Yeah.
in fours.
But also like fighting on big, massive shows
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Well, that's what
That
I
would
want.
be
I want to be
nice.
there. Like,
I'll be your number one fan.
yeah, sweet.
I'll forget about Jerome.
Yeah, you got to battle her for that one.
Damn it. I'll be his number one fan. She's like,
Oh.
no, I won't fight her. I think she's too scary. She's
Yeah,
probably got
nah.
She's got that dog in her.
Yeah, she's
too.
got that dog in her, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure,
So
she's got that dog in her.
She wears the pants in the relationship?
Yeah. I can't even chat on that. Well, yeah. Well, next category.
Then next category. So we're on round 2, is it? Are we on round 2 for this fight?
Maybe.
I haven't been tuning. I'm too
Yeah.
busy yapping
Yeah,
away.
yeah, that's it.
Typical female. But man, like I was saying to Dre before, like I miss jumping in the ring.
Yes.
Over
yes,
the ropes.
For sure. Yeah.
Smelling that like that
Oh, the
Thai
tile
oil.
out the back.
That
the
triggers-
vibes,
that
the
triggers
vibes out
something.
the back are, they're phenomenal.
Every-
you can't beat it.
No.
You can't. You
Every
seriously
fighter
can't.
knows what they're talking about when they
Yeah,
smell the
yeah,
Thai
yeah.
oil and
Yeah.
they're like, whew,
Getting wrapped up.
Yeah.
Oh. There's
Feeling-
no
feel-
feeling like it.
nah.
After fighting as well, there's no feeling like it. You can't compare it to anything.
I want to ask you, I don't think I've ever asked you this, but what's your favorite, like, fight you've ever had?
Favorite fight? I reckon that would be my last one. My
Yeah.
pro debut against Anthony.
Nice.
That was an amazing
That was a
fight.
good fight too.
Very clean. We both did what we did, and it came to a draw. Like no one won, no one lost. It was just yeah.
Damn, I wish
yeah.
I won on my pro, like even a
Oh.
draw on my pro
Oh
debut.
man, it was such an amazing fight. It was a crazy, yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Can she talk through the mic as well? Damn.
Oh.
Oh.
Shit, now she's got to listen to my shit again.
I want her to say something funny about Ron.
Oh nah. Well,
What's her
it's
name?
good she doesn't have a mic. Charlotte.
No, shout out to Charlotte.
Shout out Charlotte.
She's looking pretty here.
Pulling me in line again.
We've got how many fights left? So we got 2 fights after
Two
this.
fights.
So David from David Greenwood for our gym.
Yeah.
He came from Melbourne.
A giant.
Huge giant.
Absolute huge
I held
bloke.
pads for him once.
Yeah,
and
never again?
No, I'm
Yeah,
holding pads like
yeah,
this.
yeah, for sure.
It was, I was like, am I going to dislocate my shoulder?
Fuck that.
But I'm really excited for this one. This is
Yeah, it will
it's
be a
very
great fight.
interesting
Yeah, it's it.
'cause
Yeah.
Watching him on pads, he's very.
What are we in? 85. That is a
That's
massive weight class.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He is a big boy, and we're versing someone from Matrix Gym. I
Yeah,
thought Matrix
nice.
Gym is more like a boxing.
Boxing,
gym.
yeah. I think they've got 2 gyms. I think they've got a boxing gym and yeah.
Because we got one that Adam Holyoke and Jacob NG
Yes,
is
yes,
training in. That's
Yep.
more boxing.
Yeah,
and then
yep.
I think these guys are in Mullen Diner. I think.
Nah,
There's
no,
there's one
that's
in,
Harbour Town, near Harbour Town.
Yes.
And then yeah, the other one I think is Arundel, the boxing one.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
fighters coming out of there too.
I think so.
Seen Dempsey, fucking
Oh,
Flamingo.
Is Dempsey in there?
Dempsey used to be in there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, now he's in. Is he living in the UK now?
I'm not too sure what he's up to.
I met him a few times.
But yeah.
When I talk to him, I'm like this.
Yeah, looking up. Oh,
Oh, we've got red corner winning, and we're also wrapping up very soon. Oh, and which
we'll wrap it up.
Nikia's yelling at me. PTSD from my
yeah,
last
shit.
fight.
Thanks for tuning in, I guess,
Thanks for tuning
eh?
in.
Alright,
Bye,
see ya.
guys.
All right, we're here.
We're back.
We're back.
Da-da-da-da.
I think according to Pip, our producer, Nikia, you had the best chat so far, you and Lucy.
I'm just good at talking.
Yeah, you're just good at talking a
Apparently.
bunch of shit. So thanks for hanging in there with us tonight, guys. Basically, what we were trying to do with this concept was just give you an insight into kind of what the fighters are doing, what's happening. We aren't here to commentate the fight, but I did think, because of reading some of the comments on YouTube, that for this last fight, not this fight now, but the very final main event, Nikia and I will commentate it for you. So we will actually just talk about the fight itself. But so then we can get this shit talk out of the way right now.
Us shit talk? Never.
Never. So we'll put it out there to you guys. If you have any questions, in case you don't know, I produce the show. My job is to produce MTL, and Nikia is the CEO, boss, owner, and all of everything MTL. She's the creator, the everything. So if you guys want to know anything, just send those questions through to Pip, and she'll ask us. And yeah, Nikia, how you feeling about tonight so far?
Good. It's hot, but everything else has been really good. Another good night of fights. Always like putting amateurs on. It's good. Everyone, like the trainers, always appreciate nice, like, good environment, but just chill. No frills. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Good way to start your amateur career.
Yeah, I've been kind of talking about this a bit to a few people down here, just the idea of like kind of separating the development series or the development league from the pro series so that you kind of really feel like we're finding talent, we're scooping up all of the people that are working really hard to get out to here. It's so much less pressure. There's not a bunch of lights. It's not about a bunch of fanfare. This is kind of why we have avoided making this a broadcast, because it's much more about just being here at the fights and experiencing what it's like to be at the fights and just chatting shit about stuff and getting to know these people, because then when they get into the pro series, then we can put a bit of pressure on them to perform.
Yeah, exactly. Not having to worry about selling tickets, you know, all of those extra little things that fighters have to do. And once it becomes a job and you're a professional, then like you've got it becomes there's a whole other game to it. Promoting yourself, getting a following, getting a fan base, putting on a show, putting bums in seats. Like, it becomes a bit of a business because you are a professional athlete at that point.
Yeah.
But the amateur side of it should just be like, get in there, get experience, under a safe rule set, fair matching, and just see if you've got what it takes to be a fighter. Because, man, you can be the best in the gym and then get in there and maybe fighting's not for you. Or sometimes it's the opposite. People surprise you that maybe not superstars in the gym and then they're just fucking made for it once they get in the ring.
Yeah, and you really don't know until, like, that's kind of an interesting challenge for a fight trainer.
Yeah.
And you've been through this a bit yourself, obviously, training fighters, that it's like, you don't actually have any idea what's going to happen. You kind of have to, you do the best to prepare them as best you can, and then you just, really, that first fight is about being like, well, fuck it, we'll see what they do.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, Benj and I have talked about this before, where it's like, you kind of got two tactics, well, three, but one of them's like almost like the Thai way, which is just get fit enough and decent enough to get in there, throw them in there early, see if they've got the heart, test them early on before you go and put way too much time into someone hoping they're going to be a superstar. You don't know until they're in there. So like I said, people surprise you. So there's like one mentality, which is like, get them in there, test them, see if they've got heart. If they've got heart and they show they can do it, win, lose or draw, doesn't matter, get them back in the gym, put time into them, build them up from there.
Yeah.
Or you can do the opposite, which is like delay them going in the ring, not put them in there until they're quite like fine-tuned, polished, you know, and have spent a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time sparring, a lot of time doing all the training, and maybe hold them back longer. They get in there and they might look technically better, but then what if you put all that effort and time into someone and then they get in there and then they don't actually have the heart of it, what it takes, so all the pressure, everything, someone punching them back in the face as hard as they can.
Yeah.
And then win, lose or draw, the same thing. Do they get back into the gym and go again Monday, or do they lose? You know, was it too much of a build up where they often don't get back in for the second fight? Or I guess like the key is finding a balance between the two, right? Making sure they're good enough to get in there, but also like not delaying the inevitable too long and seeing if they've got what to make it. And it's like, I don't know if there's an answer. You know, I think gyms and trainers have their own solution. Like, just throw them in, see if they got heart.
Yeah, it's like the gym style, the trainer style is kind of going to dictate what they do.
Yeah. Or hold them back, and you get, like, some gyms you get to know really technically sound when they get in their first fight, doesn't matter, but they might have been training for 5 years before they had their first fight. So you know they're maybe going to be technical and like really good IQ, but it's like, oh, that's a lot of commitment to find out maybe someone doesn't have what it takes to fight.
Do you think there's a way to replicate that pressure outside of fighting?
I mean, I think the sparring days help. Like, we've had development sparring days here where we've invited everybody. They do a 3x2 sparring bout. So there's the pressure of audience watching them. There's a pressure of having to listen to their coach. All the elements of a fight, but just taking that edge off. You're not trying to go full power. You're not head kicking. You're not teeping in the face. You're not straightening. But you can go hard.
And you're in your pads, the same pads you'd be wearing normally when you're at your gym sparring or drilling.
Yeah, so you've got 16-ounce gloves on, harder, shinny. So there's like extra element of protection there. But you can put them under a little bit of a pressure cooker because people are watching, the coach is expecting them to listen, and you're going to be against someone you don't know, and it's a 3x2 scenario, so you've got to come back to the corner and like simulate a fight.
Well, that's
I think
how-
that helps, and people love that, man. We've actually gotten a lot of fighters at the fight night off the back of a
That's what I was just about to say. That's how we found Henry.
Yeah,
Because
he came to one. Yep.
he came to one of those, and he was just keen to fight, and he was just all the time. He was just, oh, I want to do it again, want to go again, and he was just performing and performing and performing. And I remember us talking about it afterward, like, man,
Yeah.
he just really gave it a crack.
Yeah, so
And
when
then
we
he was
have
on the
those
next
sparring days, I guess the thing to note is like you don't just do the one bout. You can basically you have your bout, you come back and go, I want to go again, and we match you up with someone else. So it's like you could do that 3-4 times in the day and get that experience instead of just once. You get that experience over and over, and that's what he did, right? He just kept
Yeah.
coming back, being like, yep, go again, go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's quite a big guy. Like, what are they fighting at? They're
85.
85 kilos. Yeah. So it'd be an interesting match, this one.
Yeah, this is his third actual amateur fight now.
Yeah, he's 2-0.
Both of them,
He
I
said,
think,
right?
Yeah, both of them, I believe, are 2-0 actually.
Yeah,
So-
interesting. But I think that, like, I agree with you. I think this is exactly the right way to be doing this. Like, with every other sport that goes up into a professional level, there's a development period. Like, there is different levels, different tiers that you have to step up into. And Muay Thai, I guess, historically just haven't really had much of a division with that. It's kind of like we just sort of, you jump in the ring, you do the thing, you've had a few fights, and you just get different opportunities. And some of them might be pro. Oh, I guess we'll just take the elbow pads off. Like, let's give it a
Yeah,
crack.
it's cleaning up a bit now, but it used to be just like, oh, I don't know, am I pro? I still get this now. So when we send out the production form for people to fill out for Tale of the Tape, and they're like, huh, what do you mean which fights are amateur? Like, what's my amateur record? What's my pro? You get them from Victoria, and they know because they turn pro. And I think New South Wales is the same now, where you turn pro and there's a legitimate submission to Combat Sports to say, I'm now pro. So they go, okay, cool, my amateur record's 5 and 2, and then my pro record's now whatever, or is this my pro debut, or whatever it is. But in Queensland, it's a bit like, I don't know what a pro, what's not pro, because it's all just mished. And people have gone, I fought full Thai rules, no pads before, but then my next fight was with pads, because my second fight was full Thai rules, no pads. And so
it's confusing,
what is
right?
pro and what isn't has been a very grey area for a lot of
What are we
Queensland
defining
fighters.
pro for, so that people know?
So now for MTL, I mean, for Queenslanders that have to submit that form, I just say to them, tell me your pro fights are your full Thai rules with no pads on, and you got paid, basically. That's because unfortunately a lot of them are 3x2s, which technically shouldn't be pro, should be 3x3 at least. But because of this grey area with Queensland, that's kind of been the cleaner way to distinguish it for our purposes. But I mean, the pathway now for MTL ideally is you start off on something like this, development days. Maybe you come to sparring days, see if it's for you. Come to a MTL fight night or a development league event. Fight as an amateur. Amateur is WBC amateur rule set. You've got shin pads on, you've got elbow pads on, and then you've got optional headgear. The juniors must wear headgear and sometimes body armour depending on their age. And then you have a few fights to take the shin guards off. And then you're still an amateur, but you've got the elbow pads on. You're still fighting 3x2s. Then
And that's what these guys are now. So we've just...
so they're called B class.
We've watched C class now. Oh, they're all three of them B class.
Class ones,
all of them
all B class. So
they're
they're just
taking
wearing...
the shin guards off.
Taking shin guards off, wearing elbow pads, and they're still 3x2, still amateur, but they've had a few fights. They've got a few fights under their belt now, so they've taken the shin pads off. And then ideally the idea is like off of the back of, say, these guys where they're fighting sort of towards the back end of the card, the ones that really shine and show us like they're ready, we would bump them up to prelims of the pro show.
Yeah.
So they can still fight under amateur rule set, whereas same as this B class, but on the big show, so a little bit more lights, live stream, a little bit more pressure, and then that's sort of the way they work towards. And that the idea is that's kind of your last step before your trainer goes, look, I think you're ready to go pro.
Yeah.
Maybe have a fight on the bigger card like this, and let's see where you're at, which means a higher level opponent as well. So you're going to be against another good amateur.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to do like really entry level amateurs as a prelim. And then that might be like you might have one or two of those. Kalia was a really good example of that, actually.
Yeah.
So she was 17, and then she had these amateur fights, and then kind of went to B class, and then had a few fights in the prelims, and then they were like, okay, she's had enough fights now, ready to turn pro, and then we put her on the undercard of the
MTL
pro.
12.
Yeah. And then all the
Yeah,
pads
she's
come
actually
off.
kind of a classic progression from starting out. Yeah, complete basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's nice, and I think it's nice.
And then 3x3 turns into 3x3.
Yeah, then you add an
and you
extra
get paid.
minute every round.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question. What is it, Pip?
Oh, what's it?
Who's the favorite for the main event?
Well, I mean, we're from Double Dose, and
Yeah,
we've got David's fighting from Double Dose.
Yeah,
so-
we work at Double Dose.
Now-
from Double Dose, but
So David's, this is
but
his
I
first fight.
I really like Henry. Like we
Oh,
were
she's
saying.
going to be the political correct one.
But I'm just saying that we've watched Henry. Like I
Traitor.
said, we watched him from
Traitor.
from the sparring days, and we'd seen
Yeah,
him just
it's
how
nice.
keen he is, how much heart he has.
He's good.
Yeah,
So
he's good. But we
Dave is, this is his debut fight out of Double Dose. He's actually from Victoria. His 2 fights were on Muay Thai Victoria, and he was at 8 Limbs, which is where Joanne La, Samsurat, man, what like,
scary Jim.
not 8 Limbs, 8 Blades. Sorry.
8 Blades. Yeah, they're
Apologies.
solid fighters there.
So, yeah, good, and he is a beast.
He's tall.
like 7 fucking foot. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's like
so tall.
he's so long and lanky. I think it's going to be. So I think like if we're talking about this matchup, what it looks like, you've got. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen either of their style.
And I haven't watched.
So
I haven't
early in
actually
their
watched
careers.
David. I've only seen little things of him in the gym, but I haven't watched much of his training, and I actually never seen him fight. So
I think he's got some nice
don't
knees,
know.
as far as I can tell. They've been working on that, and I
I
think.
mean, he knows how to use his range. So
yeah, and
that's-
he's long, like he's crazy long. So obviously, I think the challenge is going to be Henry's got to figure out how to get inside his range.
And I think like keys to victory, right? So you've got Dave is tall, so ideally he's going to want to use that range, long knees, teeps, use his
Clinch.
body kicks, whatever, clinch. And then you've got Henry. I guess the element of surprise for Dave here is fighting in Queensland, which is like known to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
And Henry's got that experience, and I think is he aggressive guy? Aggressive fighter?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I don't know.
can't really remember. And it's hard because obviously early days when they've had 2 fights, they're kind of just still figuring themselves out themselves.
So
Like
I guess
every-
So like Henry, realistically, if he's trying to think of like using that to his advantage, could probably go in, being the slightly shorter one. I mean, he's still a big, solid dude, but like use that maybe aggression to sort of try to overwhelm and really push Dave, who's used to probably a little bit more of a technical. Like traditionally, even starting as an amateur in Victoria, the fights are more technical from the day dot.
Yeah. So a little bit slower pace. Yeah,
so-
not used to this kind of pressure that Queensland. But and also another key tactic that generally is used by the shorter fighter in the fight is to chop away at the legs. Just they call it like chopping down the tree. You just want to chop away at his legs so that you take power out of his hands, take his footwork and movement away, and then just get inside there. That's the plan. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But this fight, he's just bringing them out now.
Here we go.
Oh, another question? We might be able to. We might be able to do that.
That's a good
The
idea.
question was if we can interview the winner of this fight, and we might be able to do that.
Get them while they're on their post-fight high.
Yeah.
They'll probably just ramble a bunch of
Yeah,
shit.
just ramble a bunch of shit. We'll try not to make it last for too long. It's just not for our sake or your sake, because you guys will probably find it entertaining, but it's more for the fighter's sake that later, after the
See
fact
if they want to. They might want to. That'd be cool.
Yeah. But I mean like when they're all high on adrenaline and then they look back at it later and then go,
like,
fuck,
what the
did I
fuck?
say that live on the internet?
Who gave me a microphone?
Yeah, who gave me a microphone? That's more what I'm concerned about. So yeah, we'll see. But we've got Henry out in the gym there.
Oh, I gotta
He's
stop
in the
turning
center of the
around.
ring.
Don't need to turn around. There's a
Yeah, you
screen
can
here.
watch it live, but it is right in front of us here. I think, yeah, I mean, look how strong he is.
Yeah, he's a solid dude.
Oh,
And
day.
Matrix Gym, known for, I would say, I mean, I won't speak for these guys because I don't know for sure, but I know there was once a reputation of them being more that style where they hold fighters back and they don't fight until they're quite good quality.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
like, I remember whenever I used to watch someone from that gym, you just knew that the technique was going to be really solid.
Yeah, 'cause they took
IQ
their
was
time.
pretty good. Yeah, they often fought beyond their experience level. Yeah, and whether that's yeah, I don't know. They just put quality fighters into fight.
Henry's grooving his walkout tune. You'll love to see it. Yeah, he's a beast of a man, isn't he? He's about.
Yeah, and you can't, like, that camera angle doesn't really show how fucking tall he is.
I know, it'd be good if you could get it down on that flat.
There was a clip put up this week of Nabil from Venom Gym. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's a really, really tall fighter, and sparring like a small girl, and it looked like Dave and Rachel in the gym. I was like, and she said multiple people tagged them. Like, is this you guys?
Yeah, that's funny.
Rachel, I think, purposely finds like the biggest competition in the gym and goes, that's it, I'm going after them.
Yeah, I better figure out how to get inside this.
Both
No
2-0.
defeats, 2-0.
Someone's O is gonna go.
Someone's always going to go.
That sounds so
I
lame.
hate to see it, eh? You hate to see it. But again, like, I was talking to Albert about this before, like, you can be unstoppable, but that still plays on your fucking mind too. Like, so it doesn't matter. Like, wins and losses don't really make that big of a difference. It's literally how you bring yourself into the ring and how you bounce back. And also, it's just the mindset across the board. Like, what are you going to do when you get back into the gym? What are you going to fix? Whether you win, what are you still going to fix?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's always shit to change.
I had this conversation with someone recently, and it's a funny thing, like, Muay Thai is, in one sense, really unforgiving. It's brutal. It's such a roller coaster. The craziest stuff happens. Choosing the fight life is a lot. It's like hats off to anyone.
Money,
Yeah.
so much time.
However, it's also really forgiving in a sense. Is like you are as good as your last sort of 12 months of performances. So it's like you could start off as an amateur. No one really cares. And it's like that's all about experience. Rack up a fight. Have a fucking equal record, have as many more losses than you have wins or whatever, and none of that matters because if you all of a sudden go on a tear and your last 12 months was killer and you're fighting high quality opponents and people look to that, they don't actually care so much about losses if you're taking the hard fights.
Yeah, if you're changing.
And you're putting on the performances, like
the risk that you have with that, I think, is.
Can you mute me for one sec?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm still doing promoter things.
It's just hard to run a ship, be the captain of a ship all day.
I feel bad when people bail and then I didn't get a chance to say hello and thank you for coming and all that. And they drove here from Mackay.
Did they?
Yeah.
Is that where they were from, Jendai? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What was I getting at?
Yeah, taking like.
Oh yeah.
losses.
So what I was going to say is like the danger of this, and the danger of this is like kind of the same, round by round, is if you come to accept that it's okay that you fight and lose, sometimes that sets you in a track of just taking fights to lose.
Yep.
And we see this happen a lot too, that you have just like fighters that just continue to put themselves in the ring, don't really give a fuck about the result. But the problem is too is that it's not because they're having a good time. It's like they go in there thinking they don't care if they win, and then they don't win, and they don't.
Yeah,
win,
you
and
can.
they
Yeah,
don't win.
you have that.
Like,
You got to go in there to win. Like you got to have this competitive mindset if you want to succeed at it.
yeah, like
It's got to hurt you to lose. You don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Like some people say that saying, right, where it's like I don't like winning as much as I hate losing, or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
All right. So
Oh,
we're off.
okay. Yep. Henry has come out aggressive.
Yep. So it was
Throwing
exactly
those
as you
hands.
predicted.
Dave's using with the leg kicks as well. Dave's using the longer range. Ooh.
Nice big high
Nice.
kick, but answered right back from Henry there. So the
Oy.
boys will settle in just a little bit. Like this is usually
Oy,
it's a
big
pretty
knees.
huge knee. He's got that nice block out there.
Yep. And he's got that leg kick in.
He has got a pretty loose looking guard, but David right now. I think he's so used to being the taller guy, he's not used to having
Yeah,
his
you
hands
see
glued
this
to
a
his
lot
face.
with super tall fighters, right? Like no one can reach them, especially early in especially even just in the gym training, right?
Yeah, so you kind of
So
don't
it can be
understand
dangerous.
the danger of not having. Oh, nice teeth. So they've settled in a little bit now. This is kind of a beautiful knee. Nice answer back with the low kick, and again chopping low kick. Henry's doing exactly what he needs to be doing. He was chopping away hard at those legs. Oi.
Yeah, they're both
He
kind of
holding him.
doing similar to what we said. We've got Henry using that short range. Ooh,
Yeah.
big shots.
Oh, he's swinging for the
Just
hills
needs to
there.
get that
Just missed him.
guard up.
Oh, Dave coming down with an elbow.
Elbow
Beautiful
from
shot there.
From the other side of
Oh,
the ring.
and dipped out. Albertua style.
Ooh.
Aye.
Oh,
Ow.
good
Oh,
control.
no. He hit his elbow then. Out.
Oh,
Bit of a slip.
big teeps. Yeah, he needs to get those hands up. That makes me nervous.
Yeah. And I think Henry's seen
Oh.
it. I mean, that his corners would be screaming for him to be punching him in the face. But he's doing a good job with those knees, but he does look.
Yeah, it's
The
just a little
adrenaline's
bit
hit him
off
a little
range,
bit now.
yeah. Henry definitely took the fight straight to him, so there was no time to warm into it.
Yeah.
Ooh, dipping that elbow, isn't he?
He's working that head movement, which is nice, but it is a dangerous thing. You misread it, you misjudge it, and you're going down. Well, what do you think? If you're in the blue corner right now, what are you saying to Henry?
I mean, I think he's having success with those leg kicks, so he needs to keep going for that for sure. And the overhands are probably the thing he wants to rush in and close that gap.
Yeah, I think he's doing, like, those kicks are coming in hard. He really sitting down into those kicks, and I think once he settled a little bit and could see where Dave's head was, then he started swinging those big hands up top. I think, it's only a matter of a couple of those landing, and he'll have some success. Now with Dave, what are you thinking there?
He needs to just like get his rhythm calm a little bit, get his hands up, and then just, I think, look for those knees and that long range, but control the timing a little bit more.
Yeah.
He looked like his feet were a little bit, like probably with Henry rushing in on him, he probably just needs to calm and sort of get his rhythm back and just get a bit of control of the timing again.
Yeah, get a bit more comfortable. And lock those hands to his face if he can.
I don't know how long it's been since he's fought, because he did have some time off with the move, I think, so.
Nice check. He's looking for a high kick.
Yeah,
there.
that switch kick. Benja's favourite thing is a switch kick too, so I know he'll probably be asking for the switch body kick.
Nice. He's using that knee really nice. When Henry gets in there, he just whips that knee out.
Yeah, he's got to return the leg back down, but and not get that leg kick that follows straight up after.
And Henry, you can tell his body is conditioned because he is eating the knee, but he's still standing straight in front of him. Nice defense there.
Tell from this angle.
He's got a good check there, but he's got to return it back with something. We always say check and counter, and he's checking those kicks, which is perfect. Oh, that was a beautiful jab, though. Now, the adrenaline's definitely hit these boys now, and this is always what tends to happen early because of the nerves. You come out, oh, beautiful body shot. He's walking forward with that knee.
Yeah, that knee is beautiful. Just needs to get the range right.
Ooh. Oh, big overhand there from Henry. And Dave's just sneaking out of the corner again. He's like, I don't want to put my hands up. It's hard. I'm tired.
I think you should use that jab a little bit more to keep Henry away.
Oh, man, Henry with a beautiful combination just missed with that
Needs
hook.
almost just like pat it out there, Like just keep.
Yeah, just keep pushing him back. Hey, when we kind of
Don't let him in. You could almost just like hold his head.
like that little brother, big brother. Yeah. He heard ya. A nice little uppercut leading into it.
Ooh.
Oh, body shot. Oh, was that a nut shot?
Oh, I think he thinks it was in the nuts, but it was too late. Refs called a count.
Refs called a count.
It is what it is. Oh, what? He's called it.
Is he called it or is he confused? I think Sparrow's just confused.
Oh, no, he's called it.
He's called it.
So on the back of, we've just done a officials course today, and I'll explain this a little bit. The ref needs to make a decision, and if he's made that decision, what he saw was a body shot and not a nut shot, he's got to make that call in that moment of what he saw. So the ref has determined that despite what the fighter said, he's called that a body shot. He's counted him. He hasn't come back to fight after the count when he's been told come forward. So the fight's off. It's ultimately the ref has called it. You haven't come back after the 8 count ready to fight, which you're showing the ref that you're not good to fight, and it's over. Now, if the fighter is saying, no, it was a nut shot, it's a nut shot, you can't stand there and argue with the ref. You've got your 8 seconds. It is what it is. You have to deal with the count being given to you. When the ref's asking you to fight again, you don't have time to stand there and argue with him. You need to go, it is, okay, whatever, I'm good to go, let's go. And then get it back. You know,
Yeah,
like win
yeah,
it
yeah.
back, deal with it. It is what it is. The judging is going to be what it is. Because there was an 8 count. You don't have time to stand there and protest because at the end of the day, the refs made a decision and they need you to say, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, yeah.
So a little bit controversial there now because this fighter is going to learn from this experience because he's felt like it was a nut shot and he's wanted to stand there and argue, and the lesson for him in this is that you just can't do that. You've got to...
Yeah, if the ref is counting
if the
you and he's
refs
told
counted
to come forward,
you've
gotta
got to
come
just move on and get over it and then go, whatever. If I think it was a low blow, it was a low blow, but I just got to dig my teeth in now and go for it and try to stop this guy to make sure I get this win.
Yeah.
Or do what just happened there and protest, and then the fight's off anyway.
Yeah, so regardless, either way, that it was over. Well, yeah, and I guess the
now,
reason why-
like on the other side of this, there's a good chance to talk to this. If the ref calls it the count and counts, and then later determines, like let's say they get the 3 and they go, fuck, I've made a mistake. That was a nut shot, not a thing. Or they're not sure. They can retract that. So they've got to still finish the job, let the fight continue, and let's say one of the, there's another official or a supervisor or whatever says, no, it was definitely a nut shot, whatever. They can determine after the fact, look, okay, don't call call that count. I made a mistake. It was a nut shot. Don't call the count on the scorecards, and it can be undone. But the ref's got a job in that moment to finish the job that they were doing. Now, they can also get to 4 or something and go, fuck, I've made a mistake, and go, sorry, stop, time, that was not a count, continue on.
Yeah, okay.
But the ref's got a really hard job to do where they've got to make a call in that time, and if his vision was clear and he's determined it to be a body shot and not a nut shot, then he has to trust his eyes and do his job. And these guys are all professionals. They're all very good at what they do, and make a call and continue on. Doesn't matter how much someone protests or gets pissed off at you. Well, they have to be like, this is the decision I've made. I'm going to do my job.
Someone has to be the voice of truth, right? Like if we take away the sanctity of the ref being able to keep the fighters safe, then what the fuck is there? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You have to have this point of authority.
And it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's a count. It is what it is. It's going to affect the scorecards, but
whatever, you move on.
Go try and knock them out now.
Yeah. Do the Albert Tua where he said when he got knocked down after that in that first round against Rodley, and I asked him how he felt about that, and he was like, all I knew was that I must win the fight now. Yeah. He was like, I have to get it back.
And you just you can't get emotionally wrapped up in that and worried about that, because if it really was a big cock up of the ref and they've really made a big mistake, then they can turn, like, you don't know that if they've caught that, they might finish the job of what they're doing and continue the fight, and they might in that break go around to the judges and go, don't count it, don't count it, sorry, I made a mistake, that was clearly like I had to finish what I was doing or whatever, but I clearly got that wrong. So you never know. So you as a fighter, you have a job to just keep fighting, deal with the cards that you've been given, and do your best to win the fight. Don't get emotional about it, suck it up and move on.
And this is what these fight nights are for.
What we just saw can happen.
I mean, this is amateur fighting. This is exactly what it is. These boys will learn this lesson now, so they don't have to learn it again on a pro show when shit matters.
Yeah, exactly. All experience, right?
All experience. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, for watching us, for supporting MTL.
A little bit of a sneak peek of some cool behind-the-scenes stuff to come.
Yeah, this is a new format, so we'd love to hear what you have to say about it, what you thought of it, and what worked for you, what doesn't. And we're going to do some more shit. Look forward to seeing you. Have a great Christmas, whatever. We'll see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.